One. Hello, let's see what broke.
Hello.
It's been that kind of morning. it's like, don't get me wrong, it's fine. Everything I think is working and looking good.
I love that. The first thing you're like, what's wrong? Anything wrong?
Let me it just is. Look, I'm not 100% unhappy with the lighting, but I'm definitely in a hot spot right here.
I have the unfortunate like genetic brow of some like Neanderthal man. So no matter the lighting, my eyes are always really shadowy and dark.
You know what? I'm gonna move the lights live on camera.
Let's do it. Give everyone a sneak peek behind the scenes.
It's more the lights are right above us, so our face is in shadow, which is exactly what we don't want. As you can tell, or you might be able to tell, we don't do two-player stuff all that often, which means that sometimes things have to change on the fly.
Usually we have more friends than this, but today Tom and I are the only friends.
No one else is friends with us at all.
They've abandoned us. In fact, let's kick them off the channel. It'd just be
Fuck 'em.
two nerds of the West forever now.
That is a little bit nicer. Not much, but a little bit.
It's gooder.
Just a little bit.
Sweet. See it reflecting off my forehead now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
If I'm here, right? If I'm in this spot, it's good. In fact, it's a little bit hot.
Those live adjustments.
Let's get more into these lights.
Yeah, good idea.
Feel a bit more, even though it's going to hot spot the table.
Lighting takes a long time. What step is lighting on a film set? Is it like step number 2 or 3?
Yeah.
It's been so long.
It's very much like get the camera in position so you can see what you need to light. But the pros are pre-lighting. And this is not counting volumetric stages, but basically while they're shooting one scene, the director of photography is already thinking about the next scene, and he's going, I want these lights, these lights, these lights. So they're already setting up the lights for the scene before the camera gets there. So I guess
good idea.
Technically, in a lot of ways, well, because they're like, I'm talking like Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
And this is purely like, this is the only famous DOP I've ever talked to. Wolverine Origins, right? You've seen Wolverine Origins?
No, the story.
There's a scene where a house gets blown up, or maybe I'm thinking of another scene. The point is, imagine these lights, but like 100 times bigger, and they've got 3 of them, and they literally put them on cranes and hang them above stuff to get the amount of light that they want. So that's kind of the level of like pre-setup that you're talking about. So technically, to answer your question, lighting's probably the first step.
Interesting.
On a shoot day. Obviously, pre-production is a whole other kettle of fish.
True.
But
that makes a lot of sense. Like, imagine you're a big budget film, right? You have basically like locked down an entire street in New York because you need the space to film. So you've basically paid the local government a bunch of money.
Too much money.
And you have all these floodlights and actors and crew members who all have to be paid. You don't want to fucking waste any money. You don't want to waste a dime. So you're better off, setting up like way in advance and having everything basically so the actor turns up on set, you shoot the scene in like 10, 15 minutes, and you're like, right, here's the next shot, and then done, and close and open the street back up.
Pretty much, yeah. I think the famous story is Tokyo Drift.
Oh, yeah?
Where they didn't have permission.
Oh, they just filmed.
The shots of Tokyo Drift where they're going through they drift through the crowds.
Yeah.
They didn't have permission for that. And I don't know how much of this is an urban legend, but they had basically had a fall guy. He's like, your job is to be the guy who organized this, and you're the one who gets in trouble if we get caught. And like, let's go.
I see.
Like, I think all the crowd was, like, you don't just drive a fucking car through the crowd. But, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. That would, like, obviously safety concerns. And if someone got killed there, by golly, they'd have been in big trouble.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Who else did cool, crazy things in film? I mean, everyone, but Apocalypse Now and all their bullshit. The real question is, if we're doing movie talk, have you seen the National Treasure films?
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, none of the others, I'm afraid. Look, the first one was kind of hit and miss.
The first one's fucking amazing.
Oh, is it?
Shut your mouth.
All right.
No, it's fine. The second one is definitely more. They lean into the craziness.
Okay.
And they lean into the bullshit a little bit. And I think it's, why am I blanking on the actor's name? Helen Mirren? Is Helen Mirren his mum?
I don't know.
There's this scene where you just know it was like the end of the day, or like they only had a certain amount of time at Mount Rushmore. Helen Mirren plays his mum.
Okay.
And they're like looking for all the clues and doing the thing, and they find the thing, and you just have this deadpan shot of her, and she goes, and the eagle is the symbol of the warrior.
Oh,
and like
no.
It is the most like janky. It does not need it. It's like, yeah, we get it. There's a fucking picture of an eagle where there shouldn't be. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just so out of place.
That's amazing. Oh yeah,
it.
I was actually going on the other day with my partner. We were watching like the top 10 worst delivered lines in cinema. It was so funny. You've got like the classic Troll 2, like, oh my god, and the Mortal Kombat, like, mother, you're alive, and she's like, too bad you will die. Like, there was an actual line. Why would you say that? And why would you leave that in the film? Surely just remove that. It'd be fine. There were some bad ones.
One of my favorite stories from film school was my editing teacher telling me about a project he worked on where, and this is the BBC, right? Like, they are just making whatever they want.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to make something good. But the actress was a nepotism hire.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she was like the producer's wife, or like some executive producer. They're like, yeah, we'll give her a shot. And she took the director telling her, everything you're doing is fine, do it like this, it's fine, to mean I need to change it up at every case. So every single time she was going from loud to quiet, and it's just like, no, just do what you're told. It's okay.
That's the problem with nepotism hires sometimes. Yeah, they don't necessarily have a background in the industry, so you don't know what you're going to get. Reminds me of Jaden Smith, basically acting in those films with his dad. And I don't know, he's just not a good actor.
Have you seen the recent Nepo hire that everyone's up in arms about?
Which one?
So they've done I think it's the 25th or 30th anniversary of the Lion King stage production.
Oh.
At like some famous hall, and everyone was all like it's all these people have been preparing for it for 6 months. And they hired, I can't remember their name because I don't care, but basically one of the Kardashian babies.
Oh no.
Like the oldest of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's kids. And that kid, Northwest, thank you. That kid cannot dance. That kid cannot sing. Their first performance shouldn't be in front of 15,000 people. It is not the kid's fault, but goddamn, they should not have been up there. Like, the other actors on stage are literally having to like push them into spot and pull them away once their song's over.
Jesus.
It's not a fun watch, and it's definitely one of those like, a bunch of other people applied for that role.
Yeah. And
then they walked in at the last minute and were like, roll, please.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, basically, the entire monarchy is that, but like with running a country.
No, the entire monarchy is that, but with fucking your cousin.
Yeah, precisely. You've seen all those like antiquated paintings of like people who just have obviously like inbreeding in the family. But no, when it's like, I don't know, productions or corporations, and there's just nepotistic hires all over the place, and you're like, why? Like, these people aren't even really qualified for this role.
Because they can. That's the thing. Because they can get away with it.
That's the thing. It's
and it wasn't
an
Like,
aristocracy. That's what it is.
Oligarchy. It wasn't like they were the only issue. Well, they were the only issue, but it's not like they were on stage the whole time. It was they just did this one song because it was a celebration of the whole show, not playing the whole show, I believe. But bit cooked.
In other news, I have just been playing a bunch of my old classic time favorite game recently, FTL. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it like pop up on the Steam. Yeah, I have been like introducing friends and my partner to that game. Yeah, so that's lighter news.
Hell yeah! What ship is she running?
She ran a couple. She ran Kestrel because, of course.
you gotta start with it.
Yeah, and I tried to get her onto like one of the slug ships.
Yeah.
She just overwhelmed. Like teleporting at the same time is just too much.
Dude, teleporting is so good though.
It's
just
so
send your little
good.
bugs in and they fucking run up.
Yeah.
Or you send rocks in, or eventually, no, the main strat is you unlock what are they called? The aliens? The metal people?
Yeah, they're
And you just, you just send your and they just suck all the oxygen out.
It's
and you're
so
like,
good.
Deal with it, bitches.
Yeah, yeah.
Love that game.
Absolutely. What's your
Alright, I'll play some.
like the game that you go back to for comfort? Like an old game, probably a single player game that no one else is on, but
I
you
haven't
just
really had
can't-
one recently.
No.
Yeah, like Borderlands 2 was always the one that we
yeah.
like drunk ran. And so Tom hiring himself to run his own channel is the ultimate nepo hire.
Yeah, true.
No, Tom spent $10,000 on a set so that his friends would play board games with him every week. It's not nepotism, it's...
Yeah. We are the nepotistic.
Yeah,
You're
what's the way we just splash your
business
money
executive.
around?
Oh, right. Well, that kind of comes under
I'm
it.
just a rich asshole, except I'm just flinging board games.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hello, Governor. Hello, Mom Streams. Hello, that other person.
Oh, when are you heading to Canada?
The end of July.
Coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, real soon.
Six
weeks.
weeks away. So this week, I think all our accommodations locked in. Do we have... Originally, we were going over for a family birthday, and it was going to be a surprise that we were going over, but in the end, we decided, let's just make sure that family doesn't go and do something else, and we'll be there. So we did let them know. And we'd hired an Airbnb in their town. Their Airbnb flooded, so they had to cancel our reservation. So we hired another one. That Airbnb then sent us a message to be like, hey, I'm really sorry. We've been jerked around by zoning laws and whether or not we can run an Airbnb. So you've jumped in right as we've been able to reopen. But we actually had a previous stay booked in before and we had to cancel on them.
Yeah.
And so it's only right that we relet them.
like in
book.
good faith.
And I'm just like, how funny is it that we just can't
You gotta be kidding me.
can't get accommodation? And now that we've spoken to the family, they're like, oh yeah, you can just stay here. It's like,
That is crazy, actually. Fancy getting flooded. Like,
oh man, right?
Man,
That
terrible.
poor guy.
Does that happen a lot in Canada?
I don't know, I've never been there.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're figuring out when we might go and see a baseball game.
Yeah.
Because we've got 2 days in Toronto to just explore and do things and acclimatise to the time zone before family arrives. Do we have somewhere to sleep when we get off the plane? Yeah. I booked that in.
Yeah, it's called the couch at the airport.
You joke, but we have booked a hotel by the airport because we arrive at 1 a.m. and screw trying to get anywhere else.
Yeah, fair enough.
Since like 3 weeks ago.
Beck's just learning this now.
Nah, it's been a lot to keep track of, and I don't blame her if she's forgotten. It's
Yeah,
totally
go
fine.
full Kath and Kim and sleep at the airport.
No, we have booked a hotel next to the airport because one, we arrive at 1 a.m. so screw trying to get anywhere else, and two,
No. You never told me. You told me about Indianapolis. You told me about Owen Sound.
I literally pulled you in and said, I'm going to book this
Come in and say
hotel.
hello.
And you come in and say hello. I pulled you in and said, I'm thinking of booking this hotel at the Toronto airport. And you were like, yeah, cool. And then I booked it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about doing this. It's different than I've done this. I didn't realize you'd actually done it yet.
Okay.
He's 10 steps ahead of you.
So anyway, we're arriving at 1 a.m. So we've got a hotel at the airport.
See you there.
Because then it's airport rail line. Thanks, Gary. Airport rail line into the city. We've got 2 days to explore the city. We might go to a Toronto Blue Jays game while we're there. But then the rest of the family is arriving 2 days later and we're going straight from the airport to another family member's house. So it's like, rather than stay at another hotel and then have to carry our shit back to the airport, it's like, hey, can we just leave our bags here for the day?
Yeah.
And then we'll
Makes sense.
come back and get them when the family arrives.
Yeah.
Hello, Dad. Oh my God, I haven't heard from you in a while.
Squishy belly.
Squishy belly.
Hey, Dad, if I have to move to Melbourne, could I live with you?
You have a brother that lives in Melbourne.
That's true. I don't actually, but no one has room for me in Melbourne. It's also not a solid plan. In actual Tom life news, I have to consider if it's worth me applying for a position in Melbourne where I would be living in Melbourne for 5 months.
Wow. Big
Like
commitment.
big commitment, big choice.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, that's something I have to consider at the moment. I have a month to figure it out and get the application in. But I was literally talking to a friend and I was like, if I was to, because it's a government program where they set it up with the companies and then you can apply in. So the government's funding specific roles so that people can fill those roles. And we desperately need it in Perth. It would be August this year. It would literally be I get back from Canada and I go to Melbourne.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Yeah.
What to think about.
Yeah. But my friend, I was considering talking to people, getting them to like convince them to set it up so that then people can apply, right? Like I would apply, but it's an open application process and anyone could get it. And my friend was listing all the companies that were worth hitting up. And then literally later that day, the new round of applications went up and one of those companies had already put it up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's almost too good not to apply, but it's obviously such a huge decision.
Yeah, I understand
So-
that. It's super exciting though. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like this, well, from what you're explaining, it sounds like something that doesn't happen very often. It's just like the golden fleece. Like
Pretty much.
it'd be foolish not to at least consider it seriously.
Yeah.
So
There
yeah,
is
for sure,
no
man.
way to get this training in Perth, and it's what Perth needs to get more things going. So
Yeah.
yeah, it would be a lot. I'll come back to that later. How about you? You been doing anything cool apart from FTL?
Playing FTL, man. I have a very low stakes lifestyle. Yeah, I just been shitting around, going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Nothing special going on in Christown.
No, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the other brother still over east? Yes, the other brother is still in Melbourne. And while I love Dan, and if there is an opportunity there, I'll definitely look into it. Other brother obviously would be the first port of call, but I don't know. I legitimately don't think he has room. But we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. What else has been happening? Not a lot, to be honest. I still haven't finished Baldur's Gate 3, which I need to.
Oh.
You need to start Baldur's
Yeah,
Gate 3
I do.
someday.
Yeah.
Because that game is just D&D on a computer.
Yeah, legit. I like considered it, but like my PC is more than 10 years old now.
Yeah.
It's so bad. So I should probably think about getting a new PC and then getting Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
And also there's like 6 or 7 games which I like absolutely should play, like no questions
Oh, yeah.
asked.
What if people
And I just
told you?
missed every single time. Oh, just basically all the multiplayer games which are now like the player base has gone from
Oh, yeah, no, screw multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Everyone jumps on the hype, then everyone dies off of it. I'm not in that cycle anymore. It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
That's right. Speaking of cycles that I'm not in on anymore, I'm really losing it with Magic cards, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a similar kind of. There you go.
You
You
should-
should play Outer
you
Wilds.
should
That's
actually
a
play Outer
good
Wilds.
example.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand where you're coming from because like things become like pop culture, and then like that train just fucking chugs down the track, and like if you're not on the train, then it leaves you way behind, and that's it. And while you're on the train, it costs you $100 trillion bazillion per day, and like I don't know, it's too much. It happens with everything. It happens with Magic cards, video games,
Yeah.
films.
Yeah.
Like I can't even really go and like we went to see Dune 2, which was fucking phenomenal.
Awesome.
Yeah, so like that was a good experience for me. But that was actually the first movie I had gone and seen in like a year or more because
Yeah.
I just can't watch every single film that comes out. They're all parts of like massive like ongoing franchises. There's a lot of films that aren't that, but the most popular ones by far are the ones like, you know, superhero films.
Yeah.
I can't do it. It's just pop culture for me.
Yeah. Anyone cracked some Modern Horizons 3 yet? Nah.
Oh,
Not at the moment.
MH3.
We've considered it. We've potentially got a hookup that will let us look at more early cards, but nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not huge on diving into new sets right away, as you can see by the fact that we played Infinity this week.
Yeah. MH3 is cracked though. There are so many powerful cards.
Yeah.
There, just like with MH2. It's just gonna redefine the
Did you
entire
see
format.
they had to pre-ban something for Pauper?
Yeah.
Because I think All That Glitters was one of the
Yeah, they literally banned that card because it was like format defining.
format defining. So they banned that card, and there is a basically new version of it in Modern Horizons 3.
with a
and
land.
there is a tournament this weekend, I want to say, for Pauper.
Yeah.
And so they just went, we know we're going to ban it. There is no point running this tournament with when everyone's going to rock up with these decks when this is the biggest pauper tournament of the year. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but hyperbole.
Yeah.
I was actually going to bring up Godzilla -1. I'll come back to it.
True.
Just ban it now so the decks don't have to be built around it.
Yeah.
Like, just get it out of the way, let the tournament run as it is so we can actually see what the format is
and then
instead of
assess
just this
afterwards.
one card dominating everything, which is crazy, but that's the problem for you can't both build around limited placements in a set that's supposed to be powerful and run a pauper game. Like they are two entirely separate things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even outside of Pauper, like, I watch a bit of, like, Legacy, and I really don't watch Modern anymore. I used to love Modern so much because there was so much diversity.
Yeah.
And, like, anyone could play
Now it's just
anything.
Wrath.
And now, like, you'll notice that, of course, all of the Modern Horizons 2, like, powerhouse cards, like all the incarnations and, like, all the super powerful spells, like the Force of Vigor, etc., they just completely dominate the entire format. There is basically no deck that doesn't make use of those cards. So MH3 is going to be no different.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, here are the now viable cards. If you don't buy them, you are the underdog. And that's just too bad. Also, they're all $70 a pop because, of course, they're rare or whatever. And there's mythic premium versions of them.
I 100% think that's what's going to happen, but I'm also curious to see if it's not, because a lot of the cards have already dropped in price. So I think a lot of the hype and the stuff is built and now will settle down to an actual price where things actually get played. Did you end up opening that second pack, Beck? Did you get anything good from it?
Dominaria Remastered?
Yeah, we had to grab an extra booster because I don't know if you remember in Infinity there's a card that lets you open a booster and then play the cards from it.
See.
It's on the table. Should still be on the table. So yeah, Beck, I asked Beck. I still don't know if I made the right choice, but we grabbed 5 packs each of Infinity, which meant we had to buy 2 more packs, crack them open for Commander, which was a whole lot of fun. Highly recommend if you've got weird old cards sitting around, crack them open as Commander, because you just get weird interactions out of it instead of 60 card.
Yeah.
But it meant that we had to have an extra booster on side.
Yeah, just for that booster tutor or whatever the card is that did it. Super cool though.
NTG, yeah. Oh, thank you, Governor Moore.
Thanks, Gov.
I do have to have a look at where our alerts are sitting now.
Oh, because it's changed?
Yeah.
Yeah. They just like come up and Mike Wazowski me over the face.
Yeah. That's all right. What was I saying? Oh, Godzilla -1. We'll talk about 2 old things because you were obviously talking about sequels and stuff. Godzilla -1 and X-Men 97.
Yeah.
If you like old things, it is worth... Is it in the overlays? No, it's its own page. That's cool. It is worth checking these out because these are done with love and done with care. I still, in full honesty, haven't watched Godzilla -1 because I'm hoping to watch it with Beck and we haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But Godzilla -1 it was like a $1 or $2 million budget or something, or maybe that was just their VFX budget, but won the Academy Award for Best VFX.
Yeah.
Like, they went hard on making the VFX for this good, and apparently the whole film's amazing. It is a Japanese Godzilla film.
Yeah.
So it's all in Japanese, and done with total care for it. And I think it's a period film. I think it's set in World War II.
Okay, yeah.
So like apparently it's very good. So if you have any passing interest or respect, because I love Godzilla, but I definitely don't have, I haven't watched all the films.
Yeah,
I just love the concept, the world, the story, the history of it, but I definitely am not an expert.
Yeah, for sure. Alright.
X-Men 97, I always loved X-Men as a kid. I thought it was the coolest property. X-Men 97 is a remake of the X-Men animated cartoon from the 90s.
Yeah.
But they're doing basically retelling the stories, doing a mix of old school and modern animation, but also kind of updating everyone's powers. So, like, you know the joke that Cyclops' laser beams aren't laser beams. They're actually, like, a gateway to the concussive force realm or something.
Sure,
Right.
yeah, I know
like that's what his power is officially. Like, it's a gateway to another realm, and it's actually just a concussive blast, not a laser beam.
Yeah.
And they're like, cool, so if it's a concussive blast, he can shoot it at the floor to move himself around.
Yeah, I see.
Or he can dive from the sky and shoot it at the ground as if he was like a rocket booster and slow himself down.
to slow down.
And like they're using the powers in that way, and all the fight scenes are like really well animated and really well done. And then the stories are hardcore. Like they're not going the boys level of like graphics. No spoilers, just quickly. One, because I'm trying to convince Beck to watch it, Beck to finish watching it and Chris to watch it. But like apart from one scene, they don't do like, oh, it's hardcore, therefore it has to be gory. But it's like they don't shy away from telling serious topics and addressing stuff seriously, but it's still like jokey and a Saturday morning cartoon. Like it's just really well done. So if you like cartoons, if you like X-Men, highly recommend. It is standalone as it is. Actually, I'll take that back. It's not standalone. Literally, the first shot is Charles Xavier is dead.
Right.
Like you need to understand.
You have to know who that guy is.
Yes, understand the context for that. But honestly, at this point, you should. So.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anything that's like a standalone is much more appealing in the first like moment of my consideration. I just really don't see many films, so I don't know. Something like Godzilla -1, I would certainly like be interested to go and see because that actually sounds cool.
It does sound very cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I do want to keep watching all of Yorgos Lanthimos, I can never pronounce his last name, all of his films because he does weird standalone films, man.
Yeah.
Like The Lobster was so good.
I've heard about The Lobster.
Oh, it's such a good film.
Yeah.
And very much like you enjoy In Bruges.
Yeah.
And that kind of style of black comedy where it's just face level, they just say things.
Yeah.
It's that.
Okay.
But then he gets some amazing performances out of people. I still need to watch, not Queen, the one that Olivia Colman won an Oscar for. Yeah, good films.
Wow, really? Is Darth Vader Wolverine's father?
It was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. That's how long Wolverine's been alive.
Damn, it's been spoiled for me now.
Big rip.
There's no use going and seeing the film if I know that.
It's all Logan now.
It's all Logan now. I can't remember that.
The Favourite, thank you. The Favourite and his new one. Did he do the one with Emma Stone where she's a child's mind in an adult's body? Is that the one that just won awards? I don't know. I think he did. Emma Stone? Yeah.
Interesting concept. Is this the guy who made like the Swiss Army Man or whatever? Or
Oh,
is that
he
different?
might have done Swiss Army Man.
It just sounds like
Let's
the
look
kind
up
of
Yorgos
strange...
Lanthimos.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen that
Lanthimos.
either.
It's actually not that hard to pronounce. Poor Things. Poor Things is the one with Emma Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple accolades, including a BAFTA award, a Golden Globe, as well as 6 nominations for an Academy Award. Here's filmography. He did not do that one.
Okay.
He did The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which I hear is very strange. Because it's more on the horror side of stuff. The Favourite is the black comedy. Poor Things is strange. And then... Oh, he's just had another film come out. With Emma Stone and Willem Dafoe and everyone else again.
All-star cast.
Yeah, this guy's literally like, let me just bring in the best actors for weird cast.
Well, good. There needs to be some variety in cinema.
Who's playing this? Jesse Plemons. Oh, yeah. Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Every time I see his face, I think of that Black Mirror episode where he's like the game designer.
Oh, I haven't watched it. No, I know the one. Is that the Choose Your Own Adventure one?
No, there's a bunch that
Okay.
have like a similar theme, but like that one's fucked up.
Yeah.
Do you care for it? Well, I'll just give you a
Go for it. No,
synopsis.
it's fine.
There's this game designer, and he's like, at the first you think he's like the poor, the loser guy. He always gets like the short end of the stick. And then like later on you discover that he's like been designing a video game like on his own, and he's got a special dev copy. and he's like taking DNA from the people who work in the company and putting them in that game. And then as he like goes into the game with like the VR kind of like mind thing, he like fucking abuses everyone. And it's like he wants all the power and all the like the fame and fortune, and like all the people who've been like uploaded into the game. They still have all their core memories and stuff, but they're like prisoners now. It's fucked up. But like that the whole concept of it was just like, wow, this is not too far off in the future. Like this could be a real thing, and ethically is so wrong. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds amazing. Quick answer, Kama. These were all printed for us by a friend, so we do have the full set of them somewhere around the place. The intention is to play a giant game of Camelot at some point. We just didn't get to it over summer because we had other commitments. And we do a giant meeple, and when we played Magic on Monday, there was a card that you could turn any object into a magic creature. So Callum turned that red meeple there into a 6/4 with lifelink.
Amazing.
It was great.
I mean, for something that big, I'd expect it to be like 100, but
The size of that. He only had enough tickets to buy a 6/4 sticker.
That's amazing.
I will say, on the topic of Black Mirror, you don't really care much for Doctor Who.
Not particularly, but I don't hate it.
The newest episode of Doctor Who is straight up an episode of Black Mirror.
Really?
Like, it's in this world where these people live and work entirely in a social media environment. Like, they all exist in the same world. They work in the same building, but they have a bubble that basically surrounds their head.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's all these, like, subcontext of looking past your bubble to learn new things, communicating with each other.
Cool.
But there is the main context of that, and then the subcontext of, and I won't spoil it because it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, the last 2 episodes of Doctor Who have been so good.
Okay.
But that one on its own, if you like, apologies, yes, the new one just came out. Haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But if you like Black Mirror, Dot and Bubble as an episode of Doctor Who, worth watching.
Sweet. Sounds like
definitely.
Wall-E, you know, like
Yeah.
they're all like in their own world and they don't actually stop and smell the roses. Okay.
Similar.
Okay, cool.
In Trudy, oh my god, I was waiting for him to have his I am the Doctor moment, which he definitely had in Boom. But the end, for those who have seen it, once again, no spoilers, also because it's a controversial topic. Not because I don't agree with the topic, but I'm just like, let's just not have these arguments in any space that I have to start timing people out. His moment at the end of Dot and Bubble, and with Ruby next to him with her family, is just, man, he nailed that. Like, everything about that was so Doctor, but also you could tell so personal, and it's so good. And just really well done. I really appreciated that Dot and Bubble didn't beat, once again, main context. You draw people in because we all probably mostly agree with the idea that social media is taking over people's lives too much. But then the subtle subcontext and how some people will pick it out all through the episode, and then it hits you with it at the end and makes you recontextualize and rethink your own biases.
Yeah.
Brilliant writing, brilliant television making.
Cool.
Like, definitely one of those, like other episodes, other shows will beat you over the head with, this thing is bad.
The more you talk about it, the more you're getting close to spoiling.
I'm well aware. Other things beat you over the head with it. This was subtle to the point that, like, so many people online are like, I didn't get it, and now that I watch it back, there are so many hints that I didn't get, and it makes me question things about myself that I didn't see.
Absolutely.
Which is brilliant.
That is a fantastic thing I do like about Black Mirror as well.
Yeah.
Like, typically it won't just like force feed you the context. You actually have to watch it back, and you miss all the clues, and you're like, oh man, I was so dumb before I finished this episode. Now I'm a better person because I've like looked inwards and found faults with my biases and you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, Doctor Who is definitely worth watching. Doctor Who is hit and miss. And I know a lot of people dropped out during Capaldi. If you did drop out during Capaldi, skip to Capaldi's last season because it is brilliant. But Doctor Who is, as a show, worth watching. It's also they're using this, and I still don't know how much of it they're doing as a joke or how much of they're doing it as other things. But the new season of Doctor Who is supposed to be its own starting off point again, so that you can skip everything else and just start from Ncuti stuff. So
okay.
If you enjoy it, start with the Church on Ruby Road. It's on Disney Plus now, and then go back to Eccleston if you feel like it. Fair and reasonable. To be honest, you can pretty much watch Capaldi's last season, and as much as I enjoyed bits and pieces of it, you can just skip Jodie Whittaker. Like, there's things that matter, and they bring it up in another episode and go, here's how we're dealing with it, okay, bye. Like, I enjoyed so much of what Jodie and them tried to do, but it was just poorly written and poorly made.
Okay.
Everything I'm saying about Dot and Bubble being subtle, and everything I'm saying about other episodes beating you over the head, it's just beating you over the head.
Okay, yeah, like preaching rather than showing.
Just exposition, just all day.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
Anyway, you gotta play a game.
Let's do it.
All right, we're not doing how to play today, not because we don't want to, but one, this game's so simple, and two, there's lots of how to plays for it, and three, we actually have a special how to play video coming out next week, so keep your eye out for that. I may have learnt visual effects. Anyway.
Now that's a spoiler.
Yeah. Hello, we're Noseless, and today we are showing off and playing Splendour Duel. This is a 2-player version of Splendour, the famous game. It is nice and easy to learn and pick up. The aim of the game is to win by either getting, and I realise now this is going to break the green screen, so we'll do this in the way we can, 10 victory points in one area, 10 crowns overall, or 20 victory points overall. We're the people that are going to be trying to do this. My name is Tom. We have a Chris.
What's going on?
And the way that you're going to play this game is on your turn, you will get to take 3 in a row of any combination of these gems that you want to then on a later turn buy these cards here. You cannot take gold as part of that 3. If you take gold, you take a single gold along with reserving a card for a later time. And you care about cards because they look like this and they're pretty. No, you care about cards because they will give you the victory points in the top left corner there that you need to know to win, need to get to win. They cost what is in the bottom corner here, but for every card you get, it counts as an extra gem that you have towards purchasing other cards. So this card is going to cost me 2 white gems and 3 blue gems, diamonds and sapphires, some people might say, but will give me a ruby for constantly, for all future purchases. Chris, I have talked enough, so I will let you be the first player. And I'm being a little bit of a jerk because what that means is that I will get one of these prosperity tokens, which will give me privilege tokens. I will keep calling it wrong the whole time. This will basically let me get a free gem later on. But now Chris can talk, and Chris can decide what he wants to do and show off and grab.
Super cool. A lot of this carries over from the original Splendour, but there's enough difference to make things very interesting. So I'm going into this completely a noob. Let's just take 3 in a row. So I'm going to take one of the mandatory actions to grab 3 gems in a row. They have to be contiguous. They can't be broken up by an empty space or a gold token.
But they can be diagonal, which is, I think, what I'm considering here. I don't need this pearl right away. Now, one of the things I can't remember, Chris, in the original game, you had a gem limit of 10 gems. Does that still apply?
In a different way. Here, you cannot end a turn with more than 10 gems. You must discard down, but you can have more than 10 in the moment for however that might mechanically work.
Which is basically use a privilege token to get a free gem.
Yeah.
And then spend them immediately.
That's right.
All right, well, I'm liking the look of a few things here. So I think I will be taking these 3.
Yeah, good choice.
I have a specific card I'm eyeing off, which I will point out to you, because Chris can reserve it and steal it from me, but I don't know if he'll want to. But it's this card here. I have 3 of the 4 that I need for it. So I will just need a red gem, and then I can buy that on a subsequent turn.
Yeah, I was looking at the same one, and my plan was to subvert your expectation and grab this precious pearl with a diagonal of 3. Now I have the requisite gems plus a pearl. And pearls are interesting because I don't think we explained it. Basically, these will never be available as permanent rewards on cards. Only the tokens can count as pearls or the gold. So these are quite precious.
Which I could take. I could take a gold and stop you from getting that. But I think it's worth me looking at what else is available. And I will stack up on a few cards. And I think I obviously am now having a shift strategy because Chris is a jerk, but I will take these 3. I'm doubling up on all the same gems.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
That puts me up to 6.
All right, quick game's a good game. So I'm going to take the mandatory action of purchasing a card. So I'll just show the viewers at home exactly which card I'm purchasing. This requires a white, a blue, a red, and a black gem. I'm going to spend all of those. And now I permanently have a green emerald. The rest of...
There we go.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The rest of my tokens now go into the bag of goodies rather than back to the supply, and these will have to be replenished later on.
Yes. You can choose to replenish, or eventually you might be forced to replenish. It's unlikely, but it can happen. I am going to use my prosperity privilege token.
You can call it whatever you like, Tom.
To grab myself a free blue gem. And then I'm going to spend 3 blue and 2 white and get myself the first victory points of the game.
Oops, we forgot to...
Oh, replenish it just in case that matters. It does not. So I will have a red card and I will have the first victory points of the game. Let's go. 1 point for me.
Victory.
What are you thinking?
Now, if I took 3 gems of the same color, my opponent gets a privilege token. But alas, there is no such combination. So I'm going to grab 2 of these green ones here, plus a 3rd in the row. And I'm wondering if red or black is better. You know, I'll take the red one. Makes it hard for you now.
It does, because I was definitely considering grabbing 2 red in a row there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had to take 3, but it still would have been worth it. And now I'm considering, do I replenish and give you the prosperity token? Because you're probably about to purchase a card, and this will potentially give me more options. And I think that's the right choice. So I will give you a prosperity.
Thank you.
Privilege? Fuck, which one is it?
Privilege.
Privilege.
You can call it whatever you like.
It's fine. I like. And now, obviously, we won't have enough tokens to fill everything, but we follow the lines on the board for what we do refill. And I'm kind of hoping that this will refill in a good way for me.
There aren't many tokens to be refilled. Oh, there's 3 in a row.
3 white in a row is very tempting.
Yeah, actually. Oh.
There's a lot of blue in a row as well. Like, I didn't get the 2 red in a row that I wanted, but that's okay. 3 white in a row doesn't actually help. There isn't too much in the market. I do have 2 black already. All right, let's work towards that. I am going to grab a red, a blue, and a black.
Okay. Usually my plan in base Splendour is to buy all the cheap cards first and use the free reward bonus gems to pay for later cards, but I'm not sure.
I think if there's a later card you can purchase early, it's great, but like these are all that just that little bit more expensive. That I think getting a few early, or potentially getting some early crowns and getting yourself a quick bonus action is quite useful.
That's right.
There are bonus people that we'll talk about when we get crowns.
I'll grab this crown card from the market. So it requires 3 emeralds. I already have 1 permanent bonus emerald, so I'll spend only these 2 tokens.
Amazing.
Grab that. And one of the victory conditions is how many crowns? 10?
10 crowns.
Among my purchased cards.
So Chris now has 1 crown. We're not tracking that up there, but crowns will also get you these lovely patrons, I think they're called. Patrons will either give you victory points or an ability, or in this case, just straight victory points. So that one is worth 3 victory points. And the first person to get 3 crowns, as indicated in the bottom left, will get to take a patron. And when you get to 6 crowns, you get to take another patron. And the patrons have some of the extra abilities on them. This one here, indicating that you get a privilege token. So Chris has 1 crown, that is fine. And the new card that we have requires 2 blue and 3 green. So definitely useful, just not something that I can buy right now. But I'm not going to buy right now. Sorry, I'm not going to grab gems right now. I am going to buy right now and continue my ascendancy into being the Ruby Master. I also have a crown. I'm spending 3 onyx on this ruby red crown here to match my ruby red sword.
Look at that.
So now you can take your turn. I have 3 rubies available to me.
Yeah. The artwork in this game, I do like. It's very,
Yes,
it's much more like cartoonish, but it's like everything's sparkly. Like all the gems are like really colorful.
It does a really good job of showing that, hey, you're the gem crafter and you are building these things for people.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it just all looks good.
Yeah, like the hilt of a sword, and I'm like, I didn't even think of that. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
And the art is doubled up, right? And I don't hate that.
yeah, I don't hate that either.
Because you're a crafter. You're going to build the same thing over and over again until you get it absolutely perfect. Which is why there are more expensive crowns and stuff up the top here. But like it's the same sword. It just has
with
rubies
the
or-
different
or
colored,
diamonds in it.
yeah, rubies. Yeah,
What are you thinking, Chris?
not much. There's a little fly
that's
buzzing around inside my head.
Do you need another coffee?
Well, yeah, probably. But I'm wondering if snatching up that pearl token just to take it away from you
Yeah.
is useful, because blue and white, or white and green, I suppose the green option isn't too bad. Let's do that. I'm going to take these 3 in a row and deny Tom the pearl token.
That's very cool. Now I need to double check actually. Is the rule? I'm gonna put the rule here. If you have both pearl tokens, or if you take them both in the same time. Oh yeah, if you take 2 pearls at the same time.
So I actually avoid that drawback.
Yes. It's good. It's good. All right, I'm going to be purchasing another card because I have 3 rubies.
Nice.
And that is why I've sequenced my turn in this way. I now have access to an emerald. Is it a cool new card?
It is, actually. This one has a special ability.
Ooh.
The replaced card has a power which, when you purchase it, it does.
You take 1 matching token of this color card from the board. If there are no such tokens left, you ignore that.
Right.
So when you build that, you will get yourself a free ruby from the
Yeah,
board.
from anywhere. And that's quite strategic as well. You could deny someone a 3 in a row with that power. Wow.
All right, so that's my turn.
interesting. I might have to try and focus on something like that to give myself the tempo.
I mean, all you need is
Love.
I mean, true, but literally just a blue and you're set. You could, spoiler alert, buddy, you could get it right now without even trying.
I could. Or I could instead. There's another card on the market, which I believe this symbol means that I get to take an additional turn straight away.
That is exactly what that
So
says.
that screams tempo. I think I'm going to deny Tom. What do I think you're going for?
I don't even know what I'm going for.
I'll take these 3 in a row. 2 blues and 1 white.
Hell yeah.
So now it's very tricky for Tom to take the 3 gems action.
But how many tokens do you have right now?
I have 9 tokens.
Hell
and
yeah.
And your additional bonus symbols don't count towards your token limit.
All right. There is nothing I can buy. There are no greens on the board, which is kind of what I can work towards. So do I just take 2? That is the question I'm facing right now. And I think I might. I think I will be taking this one and this one.
Yeah. It's so suboptimal to replenish the board unless you sort of have to, because your opponent gets that token. All right, I'm going to do what I planned on doing. I'll grab this simple onyx pendant, I suppose it is. So it requires 2 blue, for which I have 1, 2 white tokens, and a pearl token. So I'll spend all those. Whoop-a-doo-doo. Now I get to take an extra turn out of sequence.
Amazing. What are you thinking?
And with that, well, let's replenish this firstly. Oh, that symbol, I know what that does.
Oh yeah, show that one off.
With this symbol, you can commit this card to a stack. So usually you keep your colored gems in sort of stacks or columns. And once you've committed that, it counts as one of those particular kinds. So for example, if Tom were to purchase this card and put it onto his ruby stack, that would count as one of the rubies.
Amazing.
You can't commit it to an empty stack, so you can't use that as though it were a black, for example. If you
And it's very cool. And it does cost a pearl, because of course it does, and I can't buy it.
Yeah, the pearls, man. I'm telling you, pearl metagame.
I like that metagame. Just that little bit of like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, there's a rare resource.
Yeah.
You better get it.
With my extra turn, I'm going to keep the tempo up. I'm going to purchase that other card I picked off. So I'm spending a blue token because I have a bonus, and only one green token because I have a bonus. And I'm going to purchase this ruby card, and upon doing so, I get to take a ruby from the board and add it to my collection.
Amazing.
I'm going to hate draft Tom and take the only one that could be taken as a pair.
Reasonable. We have another one that will let you take an onyx from the board. It costs 2 green and 2 red, which is beautiful and wonderful, and no one can have it right now. I mean, Chris can actually take it. But there's no point in taking it because there's very little on the board.
That's right.
And I'm hoping I can force Chris to be the person to reveal the board, because I am going to purchase a card as well. I have decided I am the best ruby merchant in the game, and I currently have 3 ruby cards. With my 1 green here, I am dropping tokens on the floor and banking myself some ruby earrings. I'm going to find the token I'll drop on the floor. All right, Chris, what do you think?
Better to be lucky than good. I've just revealed a card that I'm planning on purchasing. So during my optional phase, I'm going to cash in my privilege token, and I'm going to grab myself a... from the board, isn't it?
It's from the board, yes.
Damn, I actually can't grab an onyx then that I need.
Unfortunately, yes. Now, do you have to? Can you replenish before you use the privilege token?
I think it's one or the other.
Yeah. Yes, it is 1, then 2.
So I could either replenish or spend the privilege token, but not both, and then I.
I know you can do both, but privilege has to happen first.
Oh, I see. Yeah, good call. Good sequencing. Well, in that case, I might just be that guy and replenish the board.
Yep.
So I'll do that. You can have a privilege token if you wish, Tom.
I mean, not if I wish. You force it. You give it to me.
You have to.
There is no option.
There's a lot in here, so let's start from the beginning. So what's your perfect Sunday like, Tom?
Honestly, usually relaxing from my perfect Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Perfect Fridays usually go out, DJ, party all night. Perfect Saturday is play board games. I know you missed this one.
Oh yeah,
does go around the corner here.
Yeah. Got it.
And then play board games on a Saturday with you live on twitch.tv/nerds of the west and youtube.com/nerds of the west with your support on these channels and buying our merch and supporting us on Patreon. It's all down below.
Nicely done.
My
perfect Sunday. Whoops, I missed the bag. I don't often miss, but when I do, it's cataclysmic. Oh, still no 3s in a row. Oh, there's that pearl. All right, so now I get my mandatory action if I wish. Well, I have to. Oh, God.
Does taking the pearl help you here? That is the question.
Yeah. So I can use my privilege token to take the pearl, can't I?
Yes, you can.
But I had to have done that before.
Before replenishing. Yeah.
I'm just worried that because the rule is, suppose Tom grabbed that other privilege token and then required another one, he would actually steal mine to make up for it.
Yes.
So that's an interesting rule. You can't hold on to your privilege tokens for too long. Let's just grab a 3 in a row. So I'm going to grab myself, hopefully, a white card, a white token and a black token. The only possible...
There's actually a lot of possible options. But...
Yeah, you're right. I'll grab these 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I just want to call it Esper because magic cards.
That tracks, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that is the end.
Look, I'm playing Gruul. That also
Yeah.
tracks. All right. I do need another green, and then I'm trying to consider what I need for the future. So I think we'll go the green, the black, and the pearl.
Yeah, good choice.
That will give me options.
All right. I shall spend my privilege token, picking up a blue gem token. I'm gonna snatch up this one here.
Yep.
Then for my mandatory action, I'll purchase
I thought you might.
this card. It counts as a crown and 2 victory points, which is amazing.
Bam.
Oh shit.
Oh, green screens are over your face. Suck it.
Oh, I took the wrong.
Took the wrong one.
I did.
No points for you.
I'm a fool.
How dare
God, why am I like this, Tom?
Because it's easy
I'll
to
just
do.
grab. This is identical, but it's a jet.
Yep.
Sorry, onyx. So let's go with 2 blue, 2 green, 2 red, 1 pearl, and be done with that. I was saying to Tom before the stream, actually, I'm so glad that this version of the game still keeps the thick plastic tokens that feel like coins. You know, they're good to handle because
The reason everyone loves Splendour, yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's why you want, because they're sort of like gambling chips in some way. You don't want to like downgrade that kind of like core aspect to
Yeah.
like a cardboard token. So I do appreciate that a lot.
All right, we got this bad boy. 2 blue, 4 green, and a pearl, which is very interesting and possibly open to me. Not entirely open to me, but possibly.
So it's the best kind of open.
The issue is I can't get it this turn, and it's just so easy for you to
To reserve.
to either reserve it or just take the blue. So I think I'll continue with my current plan, which is in fact that I will be purchasing a card this turn.
Yeah.
So I will grab this bad boy, which will cost me 2 green and 2 red. But will let me grab a onyx from the table. And I will be grabbing this one here. Now, I don't know how much that actually helps me, but it's definitely not nothing.
It ain't much, but it's honest work. I've got 3 in a row. And pass the turn.
All right. I am going to purchase another card because I think I just need to be able to get things going. So for 2 red and 2 onyx, we're getting this diamond, and the diamond will let me get a free diamond from the board. So I will be grabbing this one, leaving a nice gap up the top there, which gives me a lot more options going forward.
Sweet. I'm going to purchase my 3rd crown card for 3 blue. So
Good choice.
in doing that, obviously white is great for me because now I have like a complete set of bonus tokens. But the 3rd crown now qualifies for me for my choice of one of the noble, what are they called? Patrons?
Noble folk, patrons, the rich people who are buying our gems.
The rich folk.
So you have 3 points, 2 points and a privilege token, 2 points and take another turn, 2 points and steal a token from me.
Steal a token. Oh, of course,
Yeah.
it's the thief character that steals the
How
token.
dare they make that art so wonderful?
Another turn is great. Or just 3 points is enough apparently by itself without the extra like bonus action.
Yeah. I wonder how that plays into the balance of
Yeah.
the points that are available.
I'm gonna be boring and I'm gonna take the 3 point.
All right.
So now I'm worth 3 additional victory points.
Hell yeah, look at that. Chris on 5 points. It's great to see. It's good to see.
I'm just too good.
All right, well, I am looking at what's out there and looking at what I might need, and it's not working particularly well.
I know, it's such a dry board.
So I am going to...
Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. That might change what I
Yeah.
need. Now I can't purchase that card, so that's okay. I am going to grab a card with my prosperity, grab a token. And I think I'm going to reserve the first card of the game because I think I need to do this to get to where I need to be. So I'm going to reserve this card here, which will let me be a wild, and I'm going to take the gold from the board, reserving that so that I now have some options available to me.
Yeah, good call.
All right, it is now your turn.
Yeah, I'm feeling like reserving as well because I need a pearl token. I didn't steal yours, so I'm going to have to find my own. So I'm going to reserve this card, which I've been eyeing off for a while. Take a gold, so I'll grab that one there. And pass the turn.
All right. So what I'm considering at the moment is the high point cards up the top and where I might want to be going. I'm not there yet. Oh, that is worth two
green symbols.
2 green symbols. That is tasty indeed.
You almost qualify.
I almost qualify for that.
Jeez.
That's almost... I might continue with this and I'm going to reserve that.
Yeah.
Because I can then buy that next turn and that changes everything.
Yeah, shit.
That's huge. All right, so I've reserved that. I have my gold. And because that cost me 5 red and 2 onyx, I have 3 red and 2 gold and 2 onyx. I'll be able to buy that next turn.
He's just too good.
All right, but we get a new card out, which is worth 5 points, but needs 6 blue and a pearl.
For a split second, I thought that was like a fingernail being peeled back, and I like,
You know what? I can
winced.
see that. It is awful.
And I looked closer, and I'm like, oh no, it's just a clamp.
It's cool though.
Yeah. 6 blue? What a...
High dual worth individuals.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's basically one of these cards, but it's... It doesn't help you. It's just worth a lot of points.
That's right. Gotta pick up an extra point.
Okay.
I'll grab this simple diamond sword hilt, spending 3 red and 2 green. And hopefully, I really want to win on points. Yeah, 20 points is a lot.
Yeah, well,
to the base game.
there are so many different ways to win. Like, you're already a third of the way to the crown victory.
Yeah, that's right.
New card revealed. It's worth a point. 2 red, 3 black.
Whew.
I think I will have to be purchasing the card I reserved. It's costing me a lot of gold, but it is definitely worth it to get that point.
Yeah.
Gold and my spare onyx here.
And the double green.
Double green gives me... Sorry, did you just use this? Yes, I definitely didn't have that. No, I reserved that. What am I on about? That's my token. Get back in here.
Yeah, because you already had 2 gold.
Yeah. I used my thing for that. Anyway, all right. I don't think I'm cheating. It's not on purpose. There's not a lot on the board. Not a lot of options. But...
Pick it up what you're putting down. I really don't want to replenish. So I'm going to be that guy. Spend 2 red, which includes my golden token.
Yep.
And 3 black. And I have another victory point in my blue category.
Amazing. All right. That's
all.
right. I got the card coming out. 3 white and 2 black for a point. Maybe these low-cost cards are the key to victory, just getting the little points early.
Yeah, they do stack up.
There's not a lot of options, but there is also a decent amount of options.
If they're in red and green, the world's your oyster.
Pretty much. That's what I'm considering right now, is what is in the market that is available to purchase. The problem is a lot of the stuff that's red also needs blue.
Yeah.
Which I don't... It's the one card I don't have anything of, which makes everything a little bit more difficult. And I also don't want to be the guy to replenish.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take these 2 tokens here.
Yeah.
Because there is no gold on the board, so you cannot reserve cards. You cannot stop me from getting things at the moment.
All right, I'll be that guy. I'll replenish.
Yeah.
Take yourself a privilege token. Right, talk amongst yourselves.
Hi, selves. How you doing? It's Tom. It's good. It's me. It's good to see you. How's everything? No, I appreciate everyone hanging out in chat, making jokes, talking things. It is always fun to just talk about how good board games look and how fun board games are. I did not realize this game was on Board Game Arena. Otherwise, I probably would have got a turn in. And I'm realizing now I also haven't taken my turns on Board Game Arena at the moment. So I'm losing time on my tournament game of Ark Nova that I am probably going to lose. What's the board looking like? What are you thinking of taking?
Oh, a lot of choice now. There's that pearl I've been after. It's right there. It's calling my name. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm going to take 3 in a row. I'm going to grab that pearl before Tom can.
Hell yeah.
Take a blue and a red for my troubles as well. All right. Over to you, Tom.
All right. I'm going to be purchasing a card, which will be this one right here. Let me double check there's nothing else up here that I can take to ooh. I can get this one, and that one's so much better.
It's so good.
It's worth more points, gets me more things, costs me 2 green, which I have, 2 red, which I have, 2 onyx, which I will be paying 1 for, and my pearl to give myself 2 victory points. There we go, I'm catching up. But most importantly, that gives me another diamond, which I think is going to come in very handy. And what new card are we seeing?
Oh, you showed off.
Oh,
Whoa.
That's a good card. That's a good card right there, Chris. I like that card.
2 victory points for a ruby, and you get to take a privilege token when you purchase it. Wow.
Very, very cool.
Fantastic.
All right, but it is now your turn.
It is. Let's go 3 in a row. I'm going to grab 2 blues and a red. I'm really stacking them up. And with that, I'm in the money for that massive, big kahuna 4-drop.
You love to see it.
Yeah, I'm so close, so tantalizingly close. So while Tom's distracted, here's the card I'm thinking of. Just look at that. Look at that pure power. Nothing crazy, nothing loopholey.
But wonderful.
Go right ahead.
I need to be able to purchase some more things, which is horrifying, and I don't like it. So I do have 4. You just keep taking all the blues, and it stops me from doing just about anything that I want to do right now.
That's right. There's a lot of blue on that board. That's what I noticed. I like to scan everything. That's what I do in regular Splendour as well. I'm like, what is the most common color that needs to be collected? And I just do that.
Yeah, well, it's a good play.
Is that Tank
That is Tank snoring on the floor, yes.
He's snoring.
God, there's really nothing good for me right now. So I wonder if reserving a card just to have options and just see a new card come out is worth it.
Well, I'm going for blue, so you could reserve something like a hate draft, I suppose.
Yeah.
Problem is there's so much blue that I could just pick a different option anyway.
No, I think what I'm going to do is reserve a high cost card so that then I have a new one come out that could potentially be good for me, and I know I can work towards that one. So I'm going to take a gold, and I'm going to reserve this card here because I'm fairly close to getting it. So that is worth 4 points. It needs 2 blue, which is easier to get now that I have a gold, and then I just need to get to 6 green. But what is the new card that we had come out?
The new card is phenomenal. You need 8 onyx to purchase this card. And it's a wild gem, so you commit it to the stack of your choice. It is worth 3 crowns by itself.
Hell yeah, that's amazing.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I might have to give a hard go for that. But in the meantime, I need a blue and a green. So I'm gonna grab these 3 in a row.
All right.
And pass the turn back to you. And let me just quickly count my tokens to see I'm not cheating. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly.
All right. Now, you taking that blue really does suck.
Mm-hmm.
So do I hate draft your card away from you?
Yeah. But I have a contingency card.
You do have a contingency.
I have 2 contingency cards that are viable.
They're both really good.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
the
don't think
problem.
hate drafting and slowing myself down is worth it. Thank you. Appreciate it. We have just
Thank you,
changed
Cross.
all our things over from a different overlay. So hearing that people like our new overlay, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's always lovely to
Look,
get feedback.
here's the game box too. We have extra options.
Yeah, well done, Tom. You
Hey,
put in so
thanks.
much effort on that.
I did my best. Is there anything cool and cheap that I can buy? Now, this one can become something else, and this might be the play here because I can build this. I think this is the play. I can build this card because it requires, wrong button, 2 white, which I have, 2 green, which I have, an onyx, which I have, and then a pearl, of which I will spend my gold. And then this card will become I wish it could be a blue, but it won't be. So it will become a green.
I know, that feel. You can't commit it to being a blue.
But does also become a victory point for me, getting me just a little bit closer to Chris.
All right, I'm dropping bombs. Here I come.
Yeah.
I'm going for the big kahuna card. 4 victory points in my blue column. That costs basically all of my sapphire, my emeralds, and 2... Oh, I have 2 diamonds anyway, so that's fine.
Easy.
And, oh my gosh.
What a time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also halfway towards another victory point, another win
Yeah,
condition.
condition. If I can get some more blue scoring cards, which one was just revealed by
So
the way.
not only is Chris on 11 points, if he gets to 10 points in just blue cards, of which there is now another 3 points there, so he would just need 2 more points worth of blue cards if he gets that one. It is quite strong. Now, what does that need? 5 onyx. Not getting that.
We're not getting there.
All right. So I need blue, and there is no blue.
Yeah, it's a shame.
So I think my best play is to replenish the board.
Yeah.
I need the blue to be out on the field. I need 2 blue in some combination of cards or tokens. So this is all I can do to hope. I think I've got the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I do also need 1 more green to be able to get this card.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because there's a blue and a green in a row there. So if we put out a blue token right from the bag. Look, it wasn't on camera, but Chris knows I wasn't cheating.
Look at that.
All right.
Oh, they're all coming out.
I also happen to know. Oh, sorry. These ones should have been in there as well. So I think it is only fair that I do.
do it randomly again.
There were tokens that weren't in the bag that should have been in the bag.
I love that. Both of us were like, yeah, no, it's fine. Tom hasn't cheated this time. And then
And then Tom's like,
whoops.
I forgot things
It wouldn't be a real Nerds of the West stream if Tom didn't cheat
on accident.
inadvertently by
All right.
accident.
Well, there's the green again. There's the blue again.
Is that the exact same order?
Yes, it is fairly likely. There are 4 blue
Yeah,
tokens.
that's right.
It happened exactly the same again. Literally exactly the same again.
This is the blue.
No,
so I did change it, yeah. The
change
pearl.
it just a little
the
bit.
pearl, Tom. Now you've got a choice. Do you want the blue or do you want to collect the pearl? Because you can't have both.
No, I want the blue.
Yeah, that's right.
The blue actually is very good for me. All right.
Oh, 3 in a row.
That's a lot of onyx.
3 onyx in a row.
That's a very good amount of onyx. I need this. I've said I've needed this. It is 2 blue and a green, which will set me up for putting me also in a pretty good position. But for now, it is your turn.
Oh my god, I want that 3 onyx in a row.
Well, it would give you, 5 onyx available?
I'm saving up 8. That's the thing. I don't think I can really get there. So it's actually probably better if I just take 2 in a row plus the red so that you don't get the privilege token. And then I have a privilege token to play with. I can take a black later on. So I'll do that. Save that for now, but I'll just take 3 in a row and pass the turn to you.
All right. I will be purchasing my card, which is basically shifting my entire game plan now. Because this cost me 2 blue and 6 red, 6 green and 2 red. My plan originally was red. I thought it was a good plan. But most importantly, what this does give me, not only a few more points, but it also gives me 6 points in green.
In the green column.
So if I can get 4 more points in green, I'll win the game.
I think you might have accidentally cheated again because you have 3 crowns and we haven't yet given you a nobles. Just take it now. Just pick one.
Sure. I will quickly scan the board and see what is available. And I will...
Tank is just like rumbling away on the floor.
I will take this one, and I will be stealing a token from you. And I will be stealing... Oh, wrong button.
You want to hinder me and take an important one or take the precious pearl?
I'm taking the precious pearl.
Oh, good choice.
Does give me 2 additional points, so actually, we are tied on points right now.
Neck and neck.
Poor buddy.
This is good.
All right, thank you for pointing that out. That is very important. Your turn, Yugi boy.
Yugi boy.
Yugi boy.
Yes.
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 I'll take 3 in a row. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'll do that. 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, good move.
Maximum capacity. I have my pearl back. I'm loaded and ready to go for next turn.
All right, I'm singularly focused right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be spending my privilege token to take this blue because you stopped me from taking 2 blue, and then I will be reserving a card by taking a gold for my turn to take this card, which I will be able to build next turn, which will put me on 8 points in green.
Gosh.
It's this close. What's the new card that comes out? Is it green?
It is not green.
All right.
It is interesting nonetheless. You get the privilege token. It's worth 2 victory points in the white column.
All right.
I'm loving these new mechanics.
It's good. I like this push and pull so much more than original Splendour.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember when we used to speedrun Splendour, the video game? Man, that was fun.
Speed running.
Dude, I would speedrun either the challenges or the main Splendour game to like see how fast you win. I think I got sub 4 minutes at one point.
Wow.
Probably should have submitted it to like an actual speedrun category, but who knows where that stream is going.
My favorite speedrun of all time. I think I had this game as a kid. It's like Cluedo on the PC. It's like 1998 or something. And the idea is you click start, you guess the default, and if you're correct, then that's the speed run over. So like the speed is like 34 milliseconds or something, like really tiny.
Yeah.
And like if you're right,
Dude, have it been a tool assistant speed run, so you've just got an auto hotkey screen. Yeah.
Yeah, the idea is like the button to click start game versus like submit accusation and like click OK is like 3 clicks in different areas. So it's like muscle memory. And if you had a tool assisted speedrun of that, it would just be like 3 instant frames. And you could just like
amazing
beat that fucking
board game speedrunning is barely a thing, but we made it a thing and it was quite fun while we did it.
That's great.
Chris, what are you thinking? You've got a few gems available to you.
I do. Oh gosh, I don't want to spend my pearl, but the pearl is how you get the power cards with the special abilities. So I'm gonna. What am I even doing, Tom? What are
you doing with your life?
What am I
Chris?
doing with my life?
What is happening?
Can you spend more than 1 privilege token at a time?
Yes. Yes, you can.
All right. It's good to know. I'm changing the idea though. I'm going to spend my privilege token this turn to go up above the limit, grab that 11th green token. Main action, I'm going to purchase this card here. So for 2 green, 2 blue, which I have, and my pearl.
Hell yeah.
These go in the bag. I'm going to get an additional turn in a row.
Amazing. All right. Now, in case this changes your mind, this is the new card that has come out. Woo. It is a green that gets you more green. It costs you 2 white and 2 blue, but no victory points.
So,
did that one give you a victory point? No, just an additional turn.
Yeah, just an extra turn.
Okay, go on. Get out of here, buddy. I can't help you. I'm busy. No.
Can't do it. Stars. Can't do it.
Can't do it. Not today.
Not today. And
Chris can't help you either.
Second turn. Ah, that needs a pearl as well. I was gonna grab something that. What? Yeah.
That is a very good one to take because it's what I need. It's victory points in green.
So I'm going to grab this one. I actually qualify completely on my bonuses, so I don't even need to spend a gem.
Hell yeah.
Victory point in green, and I'm working myself up the green chain.
All right, well, that does put you 1 victory point ahead of me for now.
Woo!
The new card is green, but doesn't actually
Hello, Tinky.
help either of us. So now I've got to reevaluate my plans and see if there's any way I can bring out new cards, because I would need 2 more points in green to win this one.
You were snoring, big boy.
Yeah, he's a big
Wow.
loud boy.
You're a big, chunky boy, aren't you?
All right, I've got 3 red. I've got 5 green.
At this point, replenishing the board would help your opponent so much that you really.
Well,
would
you're also,
avoid
but
doing
here's
it.
the thing, right? You're on max tokens.
I am.
So, like, it's not actually that bad. But also, is it worth me reserving a card to then try and grab something else? Or is it worth me reserving a card to then reveal a new card, but then you just reserve that card if it does win me the game? So I think my best play is to just build this card, because it will give me a privilege token. So for 2 blue, a pearl, and 4 green, I'm getting 2 additional points and a privilege token.
The green.
Takes me above you for now and puts me on 8 points in green.
Yeah, God.
So if there's any way for me to reserve points in green, the game's over.
Yeah,
Unless you can shotgun some points real quick.
that's right.
Thank you, Tank. That is my turn.
Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. I have 3 crowns. I was thinking crowns would be like the tempo play. I really want that 8 cost. Gosh, it's so far away. I'll reserve a card.
I thought you might.
This one here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a gold off the board. That is my 10th token, so it's fine.
Yep.
That's my turn.
And the card that comes out, it's pretty good for me, Chris.
Yeah?
That's pretty good for me.
Yeah? Really?
I will need a pearl, and I will need 2 more white, but that is Jibble, sorry.
Oh, and 3 blue.
And 3 blue. It is actually quite difficult, but I will be reserving that for my turn.
Yeah, for
Because
sure. That'll win
if
the
I
game.
can get there, I win the game.
So I can't stop you now, unless I can
Unless you can
stuff up your blue.
hog the tokens, hog the blue.
Yes, that's right.
But if I replenish, I have the first choice of tokens.
Yeah.
We do have a new card that comes out. 8 white, which is, that's in range for you. That's not terrible. For 6 victory points, which wouldn't win you the game, but would get you very close.
Oh, how am I on 12?
You're on 12, and I am on 13.
6 victory points, eh? And it needs lots of white. Oh my gosh, I might have a game plan here.
It's on. We've
on.
built our gem market on what we can get.
Yeah.
I've focused. You're varied. It's looking good. You're
Let's do it. Let's buy this card, which I reserved earlier. So 2 white, which I have, 2 red, I'll spend a token, 2 black, which I have, and my pearl, I'm spending the gold to
Yep.
count for that. It's worth 2 victory points. It's worth a crown by itself.
Yep.
And my blue column is now worth 7 victory points overall, so that's closing in on victory.
Yeah, especially because you reserved that other blue card. It's definitely an option. Can you build that next turn? I can't remember what it costs. So I think I have to replenish the board to get anywhere close to having the 3 blue that I need. So let's have a look at what I can get. You do get a privilege token, which will probably help you, but there's really not much else I can do right now.
Yeah, true.
So everything's back in the board. We have pearl right in the middle, which is quite nice. I do also need a pearl, so that is quite useful.
Yeah, the pearl.
Blue being there isn't too useful.
Wait, is that
but
right? It has to go up.
Oh, yep. No, it's the. I can't remember what was where. Screw it. This goes here now.
Yeah. God, a privileged token at this point in the game.
We both got them, but it really depends on can you win right away.
That's right.
Well, can't take 2 pearls in a row because there's a gold between them. Not that I think you would want to, but all right. There are 2 blues in the middle there. That is very useful. But there is one clear and good play for me, which is blue, pearl,
Plus
white.
the white.
How you looking, Chris?
With my eyes, Tom. Sorry.
If he could win the game right now, he'd be doing it. So that's all
So
right.
tantalizingly close. I'm on 12 victory points. No, 14, right? I'm on 14. So if I can actually get 8 white, I'm in. Can't do that. If I could get 3 more blue victory points, I'm swimming. Or like this is worth 2 crowns, and then after that, 3 more crowns would be the winner. That's an interesting way, but it's actually really difficult to collect crowns. So I'm going to reserve a card.
All right.
No, it's too greedy. I'm just going to take a pearl and an onyx and miss out on my 3rd gem.
Okay.
So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exactly, and it is your turn, Tom. Win the game.
I can't win the game this time.
Oh no!
Because I need 3 blue and 5 white, and you've got a lot of the tokens over on that side of the board. What I can do is spend my privilege token to reserve a blue,
Yes.
and then for my turn, I can purchase a white card.
The single white that you need.
So this will give me 3 white gems, 3 white cards with then 2 in the bank. I believe I can win next turn.
Yeah.
So how are you looking right now?
I think I can just win the game right now.
Buddy!
We don't get an equal number of turns like in the original Splendour, right? It's just the first come, first served.
Yeah.
So my final reserved card I had was my brilliant blue splendid crown, which cost me 3 white, which I have, 3 green, which I have, 5 black, which I have, and the pearl, this darned pearl token that I was missing the whole game. I now have 10 victory points in a single column.
Amazing.
If that was not enough, I also qualify for another noble. For extra victory points, I'd take another turn or something, but it's irrelevant because I think I just
Right now.
won the
Look at that.
game.
10 victory points in blue. Instant win for the game. Well done, Chris.
Oh, that was good.
What a rush to the end
Good
there.
game.
That is everything I love about Splendour. So much so that game 2,
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
go.
keen for game 2. This is a lot of fun.
you guys watching live have to now watch us set up, but YouTube video just cut.
All right.
Let's go. Set up.
Set up.
Shuffle cards.
Yeah, I'm digging this. This is good.
This is cool. I like, obviously, I've played so much of original Splendour.
Yeah.
Like, I know my strategy in that
You're
game. I know what I like doing. This is like,
runner.
you got to adapt. You got to do things. You got to change. It's good. I'm just separating by color. So we can
Yeah, those 3 separate victory conditions are really interesting because, like you experienced, all of a sudden your game plan can instantly change on the fly, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Gorish.
Gosh, Mickey.
What level 1 cards have you got here? You just wink out of existence while they reset. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I'll reset these scores. We've got some fancy new tech. This is the first time we're using it, but I'll show it off for those of you who are watching live. Which way do I want to go? This way. I don't know how well you can see it. If I zoom into the bottom here. On the bottom of the stream deck now, I can see the scores without having to bring up the scores. So if I press the up scores button, this number goes up. because it's reading from the same text file, which just makes my life so much easier that I don't have to be constantly looking over there. And it also means I can now basically sit at any seat at the table instead of having to basically sit where Chris was, Chris is, and face the screen so I can see everything and make sure it's working.
A couple of green ones there.
Thank you very much. Is good.
Yeah, certainly a lot of time and effort makes your life so much easier afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just prepped and preset.
you
We also
done-
do now have a bigger screen over this side so that we can see, basically have an output of the screen of the stream so I can see when things are working and not working. It's nice.
How much coding and programming have you learned?
Very little. The only coding that goes into this stream is the score counter stuff.
Yeah.
Everything else is just, I guess you'd call it programming, but it's like, it's not code. It's just, if this happens, do this. Right? Like it's
programming.
Yeah. If this filter gets turned on, move this image to this position.
Yeah.
But it's all made by someone else, and I just make sure it works.
That's pretty much how coding works. It's like, wow, you wrote all this code? And it's like, no, I fucking copied it from like some clandestine forum somewhere.
No, in this case, it's Bar Reader's OBS tools. They've got stuff that adds extra filter. Oh, sorry, someone else has a move filter, and then Bar Raiders has an ability that lets you turn on a filter.
Yeah.
So you just set it to if this filter turns on, that's when it activates.
Solid.
So I turn on the move position filter, and it moves it back to that position.
Yeah. Sweet. Easy stuff.
Non-existence is like a holiday in Leeds. Is that a joke that I just don't understand?
Leeds is, I think, somewhere in London? Or is it just in England? Some indeterminate English place.
That is a brutal starting. Just going for speed here.
Speed run.
Speed setup.
If you would speed run a game, which would it be?
Probably Borderlands 2.
Oh yeah?
Like I just know the main story of that, so I can skip through everything just for the fun of it. I like the idea of speedrunning racing games.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do hold the world record on beating Need for Speed Most Wanted with a Guitar Hero controller.
That's true, actually.
I just assume I've got the world record on that. I don't think anyone else has played that game with that.
In that setup.
I know Rudism, I believe Rudism has the world record for Rocket League Guitar Hero controller. Danny's YouTube channel, I can't figure out, has the world record for a few other games with Guitar Hero controller, but he's also doing a lot more Wii motion control and custom controller stuff these days, along with Rudism.
It's in England, just south of Purgatory.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I learned the other day that a lot of like old English street names actually come like from the medieval times. There would be like Smith Street means that's the street upon which the smith worked, and things like that. And like over time, like they've just kind of changed the pronunciation or the spelling or whatever it might be. That's why things are so oddly and strangely named.
Yeah, well, Old English is very strange with how things are pronounced, and that's how you get different variations of the same word. They are the same word. It's also, there's a really great. Oh, thank you, Jason Burke. It was, God, that Twilight Imperium was a time. My God, making all that work was insane.
Yeah.
There's a really great video. I'll see if I can find it and link it in the Discord. But a guy basically teaches you how to read French if you know how to read English.
Oh yeah.
Basically showing where Old English split off into French and English, and it doesn't apply for every word because languages evolve. But you can go.
Yeah.
If this, then this. You're like, oh, I know what that was.
That's kind of cool. I imagine something like wheel would be like, okay, so they had wheels before like languages split, right? But then something like mobile phone would be like way different because like modern languages would have their own words for those.
Yeah.
Or the word okay apparently is spoken by like 90% of languages around the world, just because it's so easy to be like, okay, like everyone says that word and it has basically the same meaning.
And that's the other thing is in modern language, and I'm not a linguist, but because English is the dominant cultural language right now, right? Which is dumb language, badly
It's
made
such a bad
amalgamation of bullshit words. There are languages, and I'm specifically thinking of Japanese, where they don't bother coming up with their own word for English stuff. Like hot dog in Japanese is hotodogi.
Yeah,
Like,
just because why not? Like, you might as well just use the name for it, which is globalized anyway. Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with Mandarin. That's a big language, right?
Yeah. Also, yeah, like what you just explained, Mandarin and most of like the Japanese kind of, it's all characters. Like English and a lot of European languages have like an alphabet, and it's like the arrangement and the context of the words. But that's like way fucking different. Imagine using your brain power to do that if you've only ever grown up and you've learned like characters from Mandarin or whatever. Like, it's so different and it's so weird. Even as like acrylic languages like do my head in as well.
Yeah, but you can really see it when they we used to host Japanese exchange students. Obviously, they studied English for a long time. They studied it in class, but it's until they're around it the whole time that their speaking patterns change.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you can see it click. Like it's a whole, and I'm sure it's just a exposure thing. Like you just can't get used to speaking it until you're used to speaking it that much.
And you
but
live amidst
the
the
difference
culture.
the difference between studying and just talking that way is different. It's the Arrival's one of my favorite films, and the idea that you start thinking and processing and thinking in a different way once you're thinking in a different language.
Yeah.
Just the way that you see the world changes.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a friend in high school who just every so often just slip into French.
Oh, really?
She was born in Australia. She just studied French in high school, and every so often she'd just say the French word, and you're just like, your brain just works differently to me. Like you there are certain things that you think in French because it's easier for your brain to work.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. Suppose growing up like and learning like in a how would you say multilingual household, and just like say both your parents spoke two languages. Like how would you go if you were like 6 or 7 years old? You're learning all this new stuff every day, and you're just accidentally speaking in French, and like everyone around you was like, "Whoa, what does that mean?" And you just you have to brain space one language in another language. Crazy.
Another friend would do maths in a different language. So she'd adapt to the different numbers, and
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. All right, game number 2. I'll be going first because balance. Let's do the thing. We've all set up for game number 2. There is some pretty rough options. 3 of the first ones available here in the first row. 1 need pearls and 2 don't give you any gems. So these ones literally cannot be placed right now. But I'm considering whether these are worth reserving to then put them on top of something and get a real quick start to one color, because the ones that we have up here need a lot of white, a lot of red,
a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
Also, these 2 options give you either a crown or a victory point, which early game could set you off to the races on a strategy.
But I have the play. Chris does get the privilege token.
Woo!
And I'm looking at everything that's out there, and I think I just want to get some variation with my start. So I'm going to grab a pearl, a diamond, and a ruby as my opening play.
Yeah, man, the pearl metagame is strong. I'm looking at that pearl, and I'm like assessing which treble
We can
like
just
to take.
start the same way. It'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah, could do. My options are pearl plus is it, or pearl plus is it. So yeah, why not? I'll just go for it. See where it takes me.
All right. I think I will grab 2 diamonds and a sapphire. Make sure a sapphire is this game because they hurt me last game.
Yeah, that white, good choice, by the way.
It's also the earlier I can buy a card, the faster we can get new cards out. Or you can be a jerk and reserve it so I can't buy it.
This one here has no commitment to a gem color. Right?
No,
It's
it is
colour.
just 3 victory
3
points
points.
as is, which is
Points, though. That's pretty good.
it's not a bad start, right? Like it puts you in the lead. It just doesn't help you. Tempo. Tempo.
Words are hard. I'll take 3 in a row. I'll take these 2 rubies plus a emerald.
All right. I will be purchasing a card. Let's get more cards on the board. I don't think this card particularly helps me, but for 3 diamonds, I am getting myself an Onyx and a Crown.
Crown.
The Crown is kind of really what I'm hoping.
Crowns are cool.
Get going on. What's the new card we got?
The replacement card is a basic Onyx,
White, blue, a green, and a red. Alrighty then.
which is not the worst opening option.
No, it's decent. You would just need. I mean, you could buy that right now if you spend your privilege token.
That's right, yeah. And do I need... Gosh. No, I'm just going to play it slow.
Yep.
3 in a row. Go right ahead, Tom.
So that puts you on 9 tokens? Yes. Yes.
7, 8, 9 tokens.
It's a pretty good move because it does slow me down considerably. I think grabbing myself the green and black? Yeah, let's grab those right now. And see where this leads once we start taking some more things off the board.
Right, I'll grab that card. White, blue, green, and red. I come up with a limerick, but I can't on the fly. And the turn is over to you. The new card is a blue crown card for 3 emeralds.
That is very nice. That is... I'm going to reserve that card.
Oh, really?
I'm going to reserve that card. I can't take 2 green right now. And I think while you could get both green away from me, I don't think it's in your best interest. So I will reserve this card as a... 1, gives me a gold for anything else that comes out. And 2, gives me a few options going forward.
Sweet. We have another identical crown card, this time in the white variety. So that's coming up. Interesting.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I want you to replenish the board, please. Ain't happening, I think.
No, not anytime soon.
No.
I really want you to replenish the board so I get the privilege token.
Yeah. Yeah, what I can do is spend my privilege token, hopefully. No, I'll take 2.
All right.
Suboptimal.
I'll take 1.
Taking 1.
I'll take 1. It's fine. We're in the slow start of the game. There's nothing for you to purchase. I'll end up with 2 cards and 2 crowns.
It's not entirely... yeah, true. Alright, I'll reserve a card. I'm going to reserve this black crown here, taking a gold token. And I can buy that in the future.
Amazing. The new card that comes out is 4 onyx and 3 blue, which is brutal and disgusting and too much. And I'm going to be building a card. So I will be on 2 crowns, and I will spend 3 green, including a gold token, as I said I would. And there you go.
Nice. The crown game.
Crown game early.
Crown game early. Sounds like a band.
Reserve cards just to clear the board is a legitimate option. So remember, in the original, you can only reserve 3 cards.
Yeah, that's right. So I think in this one it lets you, but you actually can't.
Cannot have more than 3 reserve cards.
So you can't take the action to reserve. Whereas I think in the original you could reserve, you just have to ditch a card.
Yes. Interesting how that balance plays out.
All right, let's grab this card just because. So that's an easy 2. I'm spending a gold as though it were an emerald, and my pearl. So it was a big commitment, but now I am worth 1 crown and 2 victory points.
Yes, you are. I don't have those victory points yet. You have a lot of onyx, and I definitely now don't have a lot of options. So, I'm going to reserve a card.
Reserve a card. He's gone for the crown.
I'm going to be able to get 3 crowns next turn, and you will probably have to replenish the board.
Yeah, likely.
Considering that there is no options to buy anything.
Gosh.
What an opening. All right, this definitely... It's interesting for sure.
Right.
I think I've made the right choice. I don't know if I should have replenished earlier, but...
I'll replenish.
Hell yeah.
Have a privilege token.
Love to see it.
Just going to do this as quickly as I can.
Go.
This is way harder than I thought.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
You're like, I just want to get tokens out, but they need to come out in the right order, and I can't be biased towards which
Yeah,
tokens
you don't
go
want to
where.
like accidentally look at them whilst they're in my hand. And the last one.
All right. What are you thinking, Chris?
I'm thinking of actually snatching up like all that onyx and just stopping you from onyx.
Reasonable?
Yeah, but I need that pearl. That's the thing. So grab those 3 in a row.
Alrighty then. Do I build this now so that I have cards for the future, or do I grab? I think that's a better play. So I'm going to take white, blue, and green.
Nice. Interesting.
It's a shame there aren't any like high onyx scoring cards yet, because you are set for that.
That's right. The onyx game. I'll take 2 reds and a blue.
All right.
Go ahead.
I build this card. So this will cost me 3 blue, 2 tokens, and the blue card that I already have. And will give me my 3rd crown.
Crown meta.
Of which I will take the... What are we thinking? You know what I'm thinking?
What do you think in B1?
Is there something I can buy if I take an additional turn right now?
Yeah, you want to stack those multiple turns.
Yeah. Yes. So I will be taking an additional turn right away, along with getting 2 points. So that gives me some decent points. I'm getting up there already. And for my turn, I will be spending a privilege token.
Yeah.
To take a white gem. And then I will spend 4 white and a pearl for an additional crown.
What a play! I like your strategy this time around. The crowns are actually a huge bonus. Like that tempo of having an extra turn just for meeting that requirement.
It's quite useful.
Well done. All right. Which stack are you committing to? You've got only blue. Oh, sorry. That is a white one.
That is a white one. I am putting it into white. I'm going hard into diamonds.
All right. Fair enough. Well, we have another crown, Tom.
Only cost me 3 red.
It's a green. That's actually... it's... Yeah.
You can take it. It's fine.
Take it.
I don't need it.
I could just go for that. Hopefully that accrues some benefit over time. Because, like, I have 2 cards in my tableau and they're only onyx. Whereas you have a bit more diversity, so it's easier for you to actually purchase things.
Yeah.
So, shame. And you've screwed up my 3 in a row with that.
That was the plan.
Take. So now it's difficult to justify doing that.
Very much so.
Yeah. I'm not going to be that guy and try it and see if it works. I'm actually going to buy this commitment card. So for 4 onyx, which I have, plus the pearl token, it's worth a victory point, and the only stack I can commit it to is my onyx. So I have now 3 victory points in my onyx stack.
Amazing.
Go right ahead.
Hi Jesse, this is Splendour Duel. It's a 2-player game. We take tokens from the middle of the board, and then we use them to buy more gems, wonderful things, build them, and get victory points. I need... Can I buy anything right now? Yes. Does it help me? Potentially. I think it's a good call. First of all, we need another card out.
Oh, yes.
No, I got it.
Oh, sorry.
So it's 2 red, 2 black, and a pearl. So that's not bad for you, and it would be an additional turn right away. But I will be building for 1 white, 1 green, 1 red, and 1 black. So basically, spending a single red token, I'll be getting myself a 2nd blue to hopefully build towards some bigger things in the future.
Engine building.
What's the new card? 2 white, 3 blue. I'm glad I built that blue card.
Simple stuff.
What do you got?
I'm going to reserve a card.
Oh, hell yeah.
Reserve. Oh, the 2 crowner, though. The 2 crowner.
6 green, though.
So tempting, but yeah, green is not coming aplenty.
I think we both need to, like, build what we've got at the moment.
All right. I'm going to reserve this card here. Taking a gold off the board. Right from the corner. That's my turn.
All right. The new card that comes out is worth 5 victory points if you spend 6 blue and a pearl. But I think I need a couple of things from this board right now. Mostly... I would love a pearl, but they're both in the box. So I think I'll take a blue and a white. And I'll pass my turn.
I'll go for this one.
Ignore the fact that I put the privilege token in the back.
I totally missed that.
So did I. I looked at the table and I'm like,
hang on a minute.
There's only 2 tokens here.
Where could it have gone? Oh.
I knew exactly what I'd done the second I saw it. All right.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to get another turn, actually.
Amazing.
So 2 red tokens, 2 onyx, which I have plenty of that, and my pearl. I'm using my gold as though it were a pearl.
Yeah, good move.
So now I have at least something going on in the green department.
The new card is 2 diamonds, 2 onyx for a blue, for a sapphire.
Cool.
Do you have your second turn
My
planned?
second turn is going to just be like a tempo turn.
Yep.
I'm not doing any wild combos. So I'm just going to actually grab myself these 2 green.
Yep.
Yep. And that'll be it.
All right. I will be purchasing this card, so I've got a few more things to help me get bigger things. Does also give me a victory point, and that is 3 blue and 2 white. So I spend a blue token and get myself a victory point.
So good.
Take me into the lead on victory points. Giving myself more options for the win.
Yeah.
Reminder that win can be 10 crowns, 20 victory points, or 10 victory points in one column. So...
I was kind of going for that strat this game.
New card is just a single white gem for a variety of cards.
Not bad. Could actually pick that up right now. Just get some diversity in my gem commitment. Yeah. There's not a lot of anything else going on. So
Really not.
No, I just need to build an engine, I think. So I'm going to grab that card. Bloop. Black, green, red, and blue.
We have for 2 green and 2 red an onyx, but it also lets you take an onyx from the board, which is that little symbol in the top there. Useful. I will be... yes, purchasing this. Oh, it's not on the board. Worth it, replenish. Yeah, let's go.
Replenish first. I'll take a privilege token.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Alright. The gold's ending up in the middle makes it very interesting for blocking off 3 in a row.
If they're on the outer edge, it's actually not so bad.
Especially because the outer edge doesn't get filled because we have tokens in our area.
Exactly. So it's like a strategical thing as well. Like if you ever reserve, taking a gold from the edge of the board to try and redistribute it to the middle can be like a real
Very
slow
strong, yeah.
down.
It's a lot. That is a lot. All right. Now that is all on the board, do I want to do the same thing again? I think I will... 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of doing that.
It's just too good. It's too good.
Yeah, that's actually super good because now if I want to take a pearl, I can't like get a red as well. Or
Yeah.
the only treble I can take with a pearl in it is down the bottom. There's gold, man. There's stuff in my game plan.
Bye, Rebecca.
I'm heading out. Do you guys want anything?
No, I'm pretty good.
No.
All right.
Enjoy yourself.
I'll try.
Have fun. What do you got, Chris?
I'll take the 3. I need that pearl, plus
Yep.
I've got another onyx on my game plan, so that's pretty good. I do have my 2
good.
scrolls ready to go, just for if I see a good play.
I don't have a lot of options available to me,
Yep.
so I think my best plan at the moment is to either mess you up or see what else I can do. So I'm going to take these 2 white.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah. Stops a few combos going on. What do you got?
Oh, crowns. There aren't many crowns left that are sort of ready to go. Oh, I totally lied. There is another combination of 3 with a pearl in it.
There totally is. I was hoping you wouldn't see that one.
Just stack up on the onyx over here.
Yeah.
Something comes out. 2, 4. Oh, sorry. 2, 3, 6, 8 tokens. I'm fine.
Now, Chris,
Yes.
I've been lying to you a little bit.
Yeah.
I haven't cared about anything on the board. I specifically needed that 2 white. Because right now I'm going to reserve a card, and I'm going to reserve a level 3 card.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And I'm going to be able to build that next turn for 3 points and 2 crowns,
And that will be your 6th crown.
which will get me some additional things. So that right there is what they call some mind games.
Yeah.
I don't care what's there. Let me break up some combos.
Yeah.
I need that card. All right, so that's mine. That's reserved. And the new card that is coming out is
Whoa.
8 red. You can assign it to be any color, and you get an additional turn. Huge.
That's crazy. 8 red though. That's a big ask.
Seeing as we've only had 1 red card available to be built.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to purchase card. Here it is.
Hi, Time Roller.
Spending 4 green and
Amazing.
3 onyx. And that symbol in the top left means that I'm allowed to steal a gem from Tom.
You are. You can take any non-gold gem, which means you can stop me from building this card
That's right.
this turn.
But I've A, forgotten what it cost, and B, want to combo into my next turn by stealing a blue gem.
All right. The blue gem does stop me.
Okay, good. Best of both worlds, eh?
All right. That's fine. That's fine. The new card that comes out is 2 white for 5 blue and 2 green. Very cool. A victory point.
Yeah. I love the
Yeah.
variety and the different combinations of like upsides on these cards. Like this is not worth particularly that many points, but the 2 white,
Yeah.
so good.
If you can get, like, if you've focused on blue, you're like, sweet, now I can focus on something else.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I will need, because I don't believe you can steal from me again, I'm going to take a blue and a white from the board, reset myself back up. Good tempo play, slowing me down. Your turn, Yuki boy.
I do have another steel card, I'm afraid.
You're a jerk and I hate you. Amazing. What a play.
All right, 3 blue. The 4 onyx. Sadly, do have to spend an onyx gem this time. It hasn't happened in a while. But worth the victory point in the red column. And I'm going to steal a gem from Tom.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, what am I going for next? That's the
thing.
That's the important thing. I'm not just going to be an asshole to you for no reason.
All you really can remember is that blue was what I need.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I might just take one of your white tokens.
Okay.
Yep, that's my choice.
There we go. I build the card for turn.
Yes! Nicely
Needs
done.
5 white. I have 2 here and 3 here. 3 blue, which is there. 3 red, and a pearl for which I'm spending the gold. So that's what, 6, 7 tokens. But key gets me green, so now I have access to everything. Gets me an additional 2 crowns, which takes me up to 6 crowns. and gives me 3 victory points,
Hell
which
yeah.
is not well and truly in the lead because you're actually on more victory points than I thought. So this is how the scores sit right now, but I am on 6 crowns, which means I will get myself another noble. And I'm thinking, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm building towards in the future. So, for the sake of being able to do things in the future, I am going to grab the privilege token noble, giving myself an additional 2 points up to 8, but key having a privilege token to use in the future
Yeah, good choice.
to try and get myself the remaining 4 crowns that I need to win this game.
No, very, very well played.
How are you feeling, Chris?
I feel like I should spend my privilege before they get taken from me.
Reasonable, reasonable.
And I want to do so to make a play this turn. So I'm going to use one of them to grab a... I'm going to change my strat. I'm going to go for a red gem from the board. I'll keep the other one handy.
Yep.
Then... do I need to replenish?
That is a tough choice.
No, I'm going to reserve instead. I'm going to make you replenish.
Okay.
Yeah, filthy animal. This is too tempting though.
Too tempting. It's 2 crowns.
It's 2 crowns and it's 3 victory points, and like I wouldn't be too far off qualifying.
Yeah.
I'm going to reserve this card here. Grab myself gold. I'll take one from the next space.
Amazing.
Pass the turn.
All right. The next card that comes out is very similar. 5 blue, 3 green, 3 onyx, and a pearl. But I am going to spend my privilege straight away. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to... Yes, I am. Because force you to replenish things. Get that red, and I'm actually going to reserve a card as well. I'm going to reserve a level 1 card because it has a single crown. So that will give me a gold. But I have that reserved. That would take me up to 7 crowns.
That would. I'm keen to see the crown victory, because last time it seemed like crowns were way too sparse to even be worth it, but now you're actually making
Pick them up as I go.
game. I'm going to replenish the board.
All right.
Use my optional replenish action. You get your privilege back.
Very useful indeed.
Let me arrange them in my hand in such a way that
That
I
you
can
just
not
down.
cheat.
Super easy.
Okay, I'm just going to go one at a time and I'm not looking.
I can confirm Chris is not looking. His face is looking only at the board. The strength and stamina to put all these tokens out in the right place. You'll never understand it.
Stamina, speed, ability,
The sure
momentum.
focus and power of will of Splendour Duel.
10% luck, 20% skill.
All the blue in the middle of the board.
Yeah, right there. Oh, the blue though, the blue. Oh, it's a tough choice.
Very tough choice.
It is. Does my game plan now immediately change entirely and I'm going for something completely different?
Yeah, well, you are on 5 points currently. But you do have 3 points in Onyx.
Let's do it. Commit.
All right.
Go right ahead, Tommy Poo.
That is an interesting choice. A very interesting choice indeed. I'm obviously considering what other crowns are on the board and what is worth me taking. I think the right choice might be... Crack my elbow.
That was a loud one.
Honestly, might be to reserve a card now and then see what I can build around it in the future. So I'm going to reserve this one here, which costs 6 green, and a pearl. I needed to reserve it early because you have both pearls at the moment.
Yeah.
So there's no other way for me to really get it apart from gold. And it's going to cost me 6 green.
I'm like hogging the pearl. That was...
What's the new card? Does it have crowns on it? Oh, I don't care.
It's not. It gives you a privilege though, so it's useful.
It's useful. It's useful.
It's good. It's different. It's nice. It's unusual.
What do you got?
Give these 3.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
All
1, 2, 3,
right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, that was a fucking...
Oh, it's bad mistake. Bad mistake.
Terrible.
Right. It's a blue. It was a red, a green, and a
white.
yes.
I can't remember.
Green was here. Oh, that's all I remember. Then red.
Okay.
Good enough.
Sorry. I should probably not throw tokens away for no good reason.
What
That
can
would
you
be
build?
clever. Not much.
You do have your privilege token to be able to
Yeah.
put you up to 10. First of all, in case you are missing it by
Yeah,
1.
exactly. But I'm not so... Actually, yeah. I can do it now.
Amazing. Let's go.
Spend that and grab myself a red token, so that one specifically.
Yep.
And then I use my gold as the 5th red, because here's my card. 3 blue I did collect on a prior turn. I have the onyx, no questions asked. I have a pearl token.
Amazing.
And now my rubies go back in the bag as well. I'm worth 3 more victory points. I have now my 3rd crown, so I'm going to qualify for a noble.
Hell yeah. Which one are you taking? Would you like to steal a token from me, of which you can steal a green, a red, or an onyx? Or would you like the 3 victory points, which would put you up to 11 victory points?
I'm going to steal your green
Alright then.
token. Take the thief noble.
Does still put you up to 10 victory points. Not 90.
90!
What the
Hey,
hell?
I guess I win the game.
What happened there?
You must have pressed it a couple times.
That's weird.
There we go. That's a bit better.
Strange. Alright. I take 2 green tokens. Actually, I will spend my privilege to take all the green
Take
tokens.
that 3rd. Yeah, good choice.
It's just going to help me in every single way.
Oh, I knew you're going for the greens.
Now, this doesn't put me in victory, but it does help me out quite a lot.
I'll take these. Your turn.
All right, I will spend a gold and a ruby for the one that I reserved, which will give me... Oh, actually, can I do it the other way? No, this is the best way. Cool. Bag, crown up to 7 crowns, and key, I have 6 green right now. I do need a pearl though. That's the thing. I am not locked in yet, but it's
Yeah.
pretty close.
You can't use the gold for both. That's the thing. The gold's so useful that just having the pearl token makes all the difference. There's nothing. There's nothing. It's all gone. I'm gonna replenish.
Okay.
Have yourself a privilege.
Hells yeah. Doesn't help me, but it's good to know.
3 blue in a row there, Tom. There's the pearl.
That is pretty good.
That is pretty good. And yeah, all those green tokens are gone. So I'm just going to reserve a card. It's going to be this one I had my eyes on. I need a gold. And it's your move.
Well, first of all, let's get a new card out. 2 rubies for the cost of 2 diamonds and 5 onyx, but also Keely a point. I think I have to take the pearl. I'm just trying to figure out what else I might need. The choice is red, blue, and pearl, or just 2 reds and a pearl. Keely, though, you do have the option to, if you can build that, steal from me, so you can steal the pearl. So maybe my choice is better off to be reserving a card.
Yeah.
I think that's the better play here.
Stealing has been my main game plan.
It's been good. It's been very, very good. So I will reserve the only other card that has crowns at the moment, which is this one up here, for 5 blue, 3 green, 3 onyx, and a pearl.
That's the one you need.
Making it difficult.
That would win you the game, right?
If I can build both of them, yes.
The newest revealed card is also a 2-crowner. It may well... Oh, no. Beside the onyx, it would have been way better of a choice for you.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, all good. All right. That card that was just revealed looks really appetizing, actually. 2 white diamonds I have, and 3 onyx. I only have to spend my 2 tokens, and it's now worth 2 rubies.
Amazing.
Which is just too good to be true.
It also gives you a point, taking you up to, let me double check your scores, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes,
That's it.
that is exactly what you were on.
11 point.
All right, I will be building the first of my cards for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a pearl. So spending 2 gold for this. But it will become a... What is more useful to me? Blue? Yeah. Becomes a blue, and that puts me on 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 crowns.
1 away from victory, and that is you don't get the 9th.
I do not get the extra one.
You can't have that.
But there is an additional crown card available to me now. It is 6 blue and a pearl. So I have options depending on what is available on the board.
Basically, if Tom gets 1 more crown, he wins. So in order to try and stop him, I'd have to be wasting every one of my turns trying to steal or reserve crowns, and it's just not optimal.
Not great.
So I just have to try and race to the end.
What's your plan? You going for victory points?
Actually, it was just like to buy whatever I could and steal a bunch and make use of the extra turns and things, which has been going pretty well. And I think your game plan had a bit more solid structure to it. So grab the one that I reserved earlier. This is a steal card.
All right. Well, you only have one choice.
Yes, I'll be taking that jet of yours, which is actually fortuitous. I need to collect them.
And that gives you an additional point.
4
Up
plus
to 12.
Yes.
I will need to be replacing that jet. So I am going to use my privilege to take a pearl. And then for my turn, I will be taking a white, a blue, and a jet, an onyx.
I'll grab 3 in a row.
Reasonable.
Go ahead.
That definitely slows me down a little. For I think I need to replenish. So there are certain colors and things that I need that just don't exist at the moment. And because you have all the blue, I will need to reserve something to get the gold that I need to win the game. It's a lot of white and red in the middle. There is some green, some extra gold.
We might skip these 2.
I
Just put 2 of them on there. It doesn't really matter.
It goes. Yeah, I'll just put 2 out. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's sufficiently random.
That's all that really matters, right?
And nothing else matters.
I spent my pearl, didn't I?
Yeah.
No, I took the pearl from the board with my token.
Oh, yeah, with the...
Yeah. And now we can go for this corner. Onyx. Green. Green! Alright. What do I need? I need a lot. I need things. I need to not cry. I need to make it happen. So, for my turn, 2 green and onyx. Go. Bow, 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 bow.
This reminds me of that TV show Soup Opera. Which
Yeah.
is fucking amazing. Soup Opera! 3 in a row. Go ahead, keyboard Tom.
I will reserve a card, and I will reserve. What have you got? What might you be going for?
Don't look at me. Don't look at my board, man.
What might hurt you? What can get you a lot of points? You don't. You've got 4 blue and a pearl. So let's reserve this one away from you because it's worth 5 points, and that seems like the best play right now.
Yep.
I'll reserve that. I'll take a gold, and it's your turn.
The replacement card is not too shabby. Is actually actually, leave that card there, Tom, because I'm
Alright, you just building
gonna
it?
buy that right away, and I'm only spending 1 pearl token to do so.
Amazing.
Grab myself 2 extra victory points in my
Up to 14.
Onyx column. I get to take a privilege token.
I win the game.
There you go.
For 5 blue with a gold, 3 green with this one here, 3 onyx and a pearl. Builds me my 10th crown. I am much more regal than you this time around.
It's actually 11 crowns, so indeed.
11 crowns.
Very regal
11
indeed.
and 3 points.
Yeah,
Even the scores were close.
yeah, that's right.
11 to 14. You were getting there. A couple more cards, and you were picking up points every single round. But
Yeah.
the second I had the crown victory available to me, it was just all.
I do like
Oh,
that a lot, the
Yeah.
different victory conditions. I'll talk about it in the review.
Exactly. We're going to do our review now. So thank you so much for watching. If you have watched all the way through, we appreciate you. We do this live every single week on twitch.tv and youtube.com/nerds of the West with your support on those platforms and on Patreon and buying our merch and all the good YouTube things. I've been Tom,
I've been Chris. Thank you so much for watching.
and we will catch you next time. Hell yeah.
Nicely done.
Let's go. All right, let's just move these a little bit. Let's grab some little containers just in case.
Oh, the upturned.
The upturned boys, in case we want to put the board down.
Yeah.
We'll grab those out.
It's how would it go, like lengthways?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's gonna have
It's
to
gonna
go.
orient like this way toward me, right?
Yeah, it's just gonna be bad times.
That's all right. Oh,
We'll make it work when we
Scooch.
get there.
yeah.
All right, we ready to do the thing?
Ready.
I had a burp. I don't know, it wasn't a very loud burp, but the second I started talking, I was like, oh, I can feel that coming. Let's.
You don't want to open with, "Hey, wow."
No, we've had Reese do that one before.
Oh, really?
We can't repeat jokes. We're just 3 jokes in a trench coat.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Alrighty then, let's do the. Hello, we're Nerds of the West, and today we are giving you our thoughts on Splendour Duel. This is a 2-player adaptation of the famous Splendour board game. The dog is making a bunch of noise, but we will be telling you with our noises what we think of this game so you can decide if it might be right for you. And at the end, we're going to rank it on our Nerds of the West ranking list. This is how we review games here, not on an objective 1 to 10 scale, but just if given the opportunity, what we personally would prefer to play. Let's just take into account things like table space, how much playtime it takes, how the learning goes, all those little things that make up your enjoyment of a game. My name is Tom. We have Chris.
Yo.
Chris, are you able to tell us in a brief overview how this game works and what you are trying to do?
All right. For anyone who's played the original Splendour, it's quite similar, but there's a bit more complexity to it. Essentially, there's a nice area of gemstones in the middle of the table, and both Tom and I, opposing one another, we're trying to vie for the best arrangement of gems that we can so that we can purchase cards from the market. These cards contribute not only permanent bonus gems towards our value, but also victory points, which is a victory condition, of course, and other symbols such as crowns and stealing or extra turns, all of these additional benefits that come in different combinations that you can make use of to try and build your engine and be the supreme gem collector, the gem refiner. So
Victory conditions. What are the 3 victory conditions that you need to meet, and how might you be getting there?
3 victory conditions are that, as in the usual Splendour game, that you can make it to 20. It was 15, but in this game it's 20 victory points is the winner. Alternatively, if you have 10 victory points in a single column of coloured gems, you can win the game that way. And lastly, if you have 10 crown symbols from among your collected cards, which look like this at the very top, oh, yeah, there we go. You win the game that way as well. So there are different angles to win the game, and what you'll find also is that your strategy can certainly change midway through the game based on what you have available and the victory condition that seems most easy to complete.
The main difference from the original, and I think my favorite part of this game, is definitely this board in the middle. Instead of just being piles of gems that you choose what you want, you can take 3 in a row of anything in here except for gold. The gold is then just on the board, and once again, you can take gold to then take a reserved card for you to build later on. And I just love the strategy that brings of, all right, if I take these 3, then there is less choices for you to take those 3 there. It also just opens up just so many options for, I only need 2, but I know you need this, so I can take this. Just everything about this is more strategic than the original, which I love.
Absolutely. Like the level of interactivity in this game is in a sweet spot. I never felt like completely shut out of the game by Tom, and I'm sure he didn't either.
No, not at all.
But those little interactions where you're taking one additional gem that you know your opponent might need, or the stealing action I made use of quite a bit, or the contest for these 2 very precious pearl gems, which are new to this edition of Splendour. That level of interactivity is healthy, and it was really fun. I did enjoy it.
You definitely needed the extra interactivity of the cards, this board, and specifically the pearls to make a 2-player game viable. So regular Splendour, you just rush to the end. You can always basically have a choice to do something.
Yeah.
This, if you need a card with a pearl, and cards with pearls specifically are harder to play because no card will give you a pearl bonus. The only way to play pearls is by having pearl tokens or having gold tokens. So you need to get those limited resources to build the more powerful cards, and they're more powerful because they're the ones with abilities on them. And just everything leads to going, what can I build right now, but what is helping me get towards a win condition? So an extra turn is a huge thing, but is it worth taking the 2 extra turns to get the cards and the tokens you need for it? Side note, once again, the tokens are the lovely thick Splendour tokens. Love them. Amazing.
So glad they kept with that.
I loved that the nobles weren't as much of a focus this time around.
Absolutely.
I know my focus in original Splendour was always gun for 1 big card at the end and 1 noble, and that will usually win you the game if you can pick up enough points along the way by doing that.
Yeah.
This, it was, if you can pick up a few extra crowns, you'll get an extra ability right at the time you need it. Or if you gun on crowns, you've jumped into the lead because you've gotten 2 extra abilities very, very quickly.
Yeah,
it was a nice
tempo.
Extra tempo instead of victory points.
Exactly, yeah. One thing I did really like about the game also is that there's this kind of like, it's not a catch-up mechanic, but it's like an offset mechanic of, these are called privilege scrolls or privilege tokens. And the idea is that whenever your opponent takes a powerful action, you qualify for one, such as replenishing the board. Your opponent actually gets that little leg up. And there are also cards that come with that power to grant you the privilege token as well. So they're always worth considering rather than just simply focusing on victory points only like in the original Splendour.
Yeah.
There is a bit of variety to strategy in here that you don't find in the original Splendour.
You do get privilege tokens if you take 2 pearls or 3 of the same. We never saw that happen, but I think it's just a good disincentive to do that.
That's right.
Because a privilege token is a free token. Before you take your turn, you can just get a token that you need, which can put you over the 10 tokens if you need a lot of tokens, or can get you the 1 token you need to build on your turn. And just, I think everything we're saying, hopefully you get the idea that everything in this game just helps you build combos more. Everything, including these cards, that can become any colored gem. You have to put them on a gem that you already have. You can't just go, I have a blue now. You don't know what a sapphire looks like. You can't just make one. Everything feels stronger and better, and therefore more strategic and very well balanced over original Splendour.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I would struggle to say, as much as I love Splendour, that I would play this over original Splendour.
100 times, yes. Same here.
I love it. I love it. It's great with like 4 players, but this is a better game. It's faster. It's easier. It works the same way. Just everything about this is good.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I know this is specifically designed for 2 players, and most of the mechanics complement that. I just wish there was some way mechanically you could translate this experience to a 4-player game. I would play that every single time.
Well, the 4-player version
over
of this
Splendour.
is just Coffee Rush.
Yeah.
Right? It is. They're very similar games that work in similar ways. I definitely prefer this to Coffee Rush.
Yeah.
While it's the same picking up tokens from the middle of the board and moving things around, this just feels tighter. You are never out of the race. The take that abilities don't feel that bad to take cards and tokens away from someone else. Like everything is just strategic and fun and satisfying. I wish there was more I could say about this, but the game is simple but strategic. What more do you want from a 2-player game?
Certainly.
Do you have any other thoughts on it?
Mechanically, pretty much perfect. I can't find a fault with this game. I'm sure if I played it 100 times, I might be able to nitpick 1 or 2 things, but from what I've seen, this works really well.
Yeah.
The component quality is great, like we've touched on. The size of the cards, they're a lot smaller than the original, which can be more fiddly, but you can bring this game to a smaller table, you can play it out at the park, you know, it's more compact. There's kind of nothing I can really nitpick at this game for being suboptimal. It's really well designed and mechanically it works really well.
The art is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Even when the art doubles up. There we go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go.
It's the same art, but it makes sense. You're a gem maker. You're going to be making the same things and just getting better over time until you eventually make, you know, the best version of it. It's satisfying. It's fun to play. The art's gorgeous, but. Where would you rank it, Chris?
Oh.
Considering everything, where would you put it on our board? A two-player game is very hard to judge because you can crack it out more often as long as you have someone available with you. This is our board as it stands in the middle of this year. That is the Super Nintendo.
It is.
One day we'll figure out a way to make this not reflect lights, but it is just how it is. If you do want to see the whole list, it is up on our website, so you can see where everything ranks after we get things going. I love a good two-player game. I definitely don't play two-player games as much as I should because I like to play variety. Variety means more often than not. But this is definitely up there as a two-player game I would crack out over and over again. You're okay, buddy.
Even Tank wants to play. That's what the whining is.
I think I would have to put it just under Ark Nova. I love playing Ark Nova, and I love playing Ark Nova at two players. Even though Ark Nova is a longer game, Ark Nova at two players is so head-to-head and tough.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's all right. How much more room do you need?
It's all right. I'm slim.
So for me, it goes just under Ark Nova, but definitely like the best two-player game I've played this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like two-player game, I would probably play this up and above loads of other two-player games I've had. On the board, there are so many good games. Every time we come here, the problem is these games are so great.
We play the games we want to play, so of course we're going to think they're good.
That's right. You mentioned Coffee Rush. Coffee Rush is right here at about the 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 mark. So I'd certainly play this above Coffee Rush. Yeah, I love both games.
How did you feel about Trick Draw? We didn't get a chance to play Trick Draw two players together, but it is a similar, very tight back and forth.
That's right. I'd probably put it on par with Trick Draw. Yeah, I would certainly play this at the same kind of level as Trick Draw.
Two-player rankings make it incredibly easy because we just average the two together. We do, however, re-rank this at the end of the year. Everybody here at Nerds gets a chance to vote on all the games that they have played, and we'll see where Splendour Duel ends up. You can also let us know what you think of Splendour Duel in the comments down below, and join us live in the future on twitch.tv and youtube.com/nerdsofthewest. I think this is the last stream. Tank will be here, so say hi to him as well. I've been Tom.
And I've been Chris.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you next time. Hell yeah. Good job, Tank.
Good old Tanky Poo. He
Look at
really
him
wants
go.
a, you know what, WALK.
Yeah, well, he doesn't get those because he doesn't like other dogs.
Oh, true.
Yeah, poor little guy.
Ah, well, you can do some exercise in the backyard.
That's exactly what we do.
Hey.
We should wrap up.
Yeah.
We should get out of here. Thank you for hanging out, everyone. This was a super fun stream. I do love getting a two-player stream in every now and then because you just get cooler games. Two-player games are easier to balance.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
I'm glad I played this today. Thank you, Tom.
Next week we're playing... We should have Commander on Friday, and we should have...
TBD.
No, why am I blanking on it? No, I gotta look it up.
Quickly, yeah.
Quickly look it up. Oh, it might be Shelfie Stacker, to be honest. Might be
Oh, yeah.
right
I'll
there.
grab it. Let me move this off the... I can breathe again.
Blah, 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 blah.
Hello.
I believe it's Shelfie Stacker next week.
Hello, Tanky.
So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get on with the rest of our day. Next week, we're gonna be making some shelves, stacking them with board games. Meta.
Meta.
All right, thank you, everyone. Goodbye. Goodbye.
So long. Ciao.